I am going to beat Chimps mode on every single beginner map in Bloons TD6. Now, this is a brand new account, and I went through every single beginner map playing hard, alternate balloon rounds, and poppable just so we can get to Chimps mode. I've also beaten standard hard mode on a few other maps to get extra money so we can afford some of my favorite heroes and the heroes that I think are going to do well for this Chimps run. For instance, we've unlocked Geraldo, Sada, Etienne, Pat, Rosalia, and Churchill. And of course, every single one of these maps will be a black border or a black metal run. So once you beat every other game mode, you'll have that beautiful black border around your map. Now, I'm gonna do my best to vary each of these maps up so it's not the same strategy over and over and over, but I figured on Monkey Meadow, we need to start with a Quincy because he's the first hero that you get, and Monkey Meadow is probably the first map that you play on Chimps. So it all kind of goes together. Now, I have not practiced these, but I've played Chimps mode so many times in my Bloons career over my 5,000 hours in this game. So we're just gonna kind of wing it with these strategies and hope for the best, but they're gonna be easy enough to follow. So if you do need these as guides, you can use them. I'll leave a timestamp in the description below to each map so you can jump ahead if you need a specific one. But the main goal for this video is just for you to chill too, to be honest. Sit back, relax, and watch some Chimps runs and maybe get some ideas to build your own Chimp strategies for Bloons TD6. Now, people really seem to like the How Fast Can You Black Border series where we go through every single game mode in one run as fast as we possibly can. And those are pretty long videos. So I thought there may be an audience for everyone wanting to see just every single Chimps run on a beginner map. I wanted to do the entire game, but there's a few maps that I can't even beat myself yet. And I figured that would take really long because this is going to take really long. At an average of 17 minutes per Chimps game, you're talking a lot of hours to beat over 20 maps. So what I have done here to make this a little bit better for my life is I've added in some mods for speed. So I'm allowed to fast forward just a little bit more. I'm not going to be using it that much because there's a good chance that I'll overuse it and then we will lose. But in a normal game, this is as fast as you're allowed to go. I've added no other mods, no other helps, nothing like that. You can follow this along on your mobile, on PC, without mods. It does not matter. You will be able to beat Chimps if you follow exactly what I do here. Now for this one, we're just going with a Quincy and a Ninja because the Ninja can hit all 3 points of the track, and I thought that would be super awesome. And then we'll just alch buff our Ninja, not letting it hit Quincy because I don't want to waste it. And what's great about the Ninja alch combo is it can go well into the 50s on its own, especially on a map like this where there's so many twists and turns. So before you know it, you just have thousands of dollars saved up and you're like, wow, I'm tearing everything up. So I always like to go for a 302 Ninja first, and then I get my Alchemist up to a 320, and then I get my Bloon Jitsu. That's just a safer option. Now, most of the time you can just go straight to Bloon Jitsu, but sometimes you can't. So having this Berserker Brew, it's cheaper. You have another tower that attacks, and you can just get there safer to the Bloon Jitsu for sure. Now, feel free in the comments below to let me know what strategies you use to beat Monkey Meadow in every single other map. And look at right here. This is how easy a Moab is. Now, 2 might be a little bit tough, but as you can see, we popped it here. So we'll have a lot more room here to pop it right in front of him. And then we have this little back area too. Plus, we're going to have stronger stimulant now. Plus, we're going to grab this and get jungle drums. So now he's even attacking faster while we decide, what are we going to use for our 5th tier for this map. You can pretty much use anything on Monkey Meadow besides water towers, of course. But if you have not yet, definitely hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to this channel, because this was a doozy to make. I had to go through and beat every single map on beginner, but that wasn't the hard part. It was actually getting all the experience on all of these towers because I didn't want to get into this without having all of the towers available. But I left out the Beast Handler because I don't like doing quests, and I figured the Beast Handler won't be that important. My favorite one's the bird, and it takes so long to beat a game mode with the bird just because it like shoots everything back. So I was like, let's forget about the Beast Handler. It's too technical for my little brain. Now we might have a little trouble on 55. There's 4 ceramic rushes. There's 2, there's 3. You can take the first 3 because they're all the same. The 4th one's just like super heavy, and sometimes you have a little trouble. In that case, we didn't. We do need to upgrade here. We have $30,000. You might think, go for the Grandmaster, but that's a whole different strategy that we're not going to be doing right now. So a tower that's fun that I used to use a lot in this situation, let's see if I can fit him here, which I can't. So let's just put him right here. It's not a big deal. Is an Archmage. I haven't used this tower in so long, but it's so much fun. But what's really nice about getting to the Archmage is that the 4th tier Arcane Spike can pop lead, so this guy can cover camo lead. The only thing he can't attack, because he can take down mobs pretty easily, is going to be purple balloons. He's just completely useless to him, which is why we got our little ninja here. Now, the only downside is we are not going to have enough for 63, and I don't want it to be like a maybe chance that we might get through it and get wrecked. So what we're going to do to make sure that we can guarantee victory on 63, that was a lot of rhymes and I did not plan that, is we're going to put a little bomb shooter right here. We're going to get it up to a recursive cluster, and then we're going to give it some camo too, and then we'll just wait until we get the Archmage. But 63 is a rough round, and I imagine that you have a lot of the towers unlocked already if you haven't beaten chimps yet. But if there's any towers that I use that you don't have quite unlocked, you can always switch it for a different tower, because we're going to be going through a lot of them. Or what you can do is just play Impoppable a few more times with just using that tower, and like, let's say this little ninja setup right here, and then just keep placing your tower down, keep rebeating it over and over and over, and eventually you'll have everything you need unlocked. And you don't need all the 5th tiers, right? You just use the ones that you're going to use. For instance, we're going to use Archmage, but we are going to use the bottom path later too, probably, because I want to use like pretty much all of them to show you how cool a lot of these towers are. So I was able to get my Archmage on 73. Now he's really good. Like, he's really good. He decamos everything. He's just a strong tower. But the problem is when you get to the DDTs, he kind of falls off. He's not the best. So normally what I do is I go for an Archmage and then a top path Apache Prime, because it's a really, really good tower. I just don't know if we're going to have enough though. That's a lot of money. So I'm actually going to save up and wait till it gets a little sketchy, and then I'll think about what I want to buy. And this is where the speed hacks come in, because if you're just playing on normal chimps mode, it takes forever. So this is very, very helpful. Plus, if I was to lose, like I promised you, there'll all be black border runs, so I'll have to restart it and see where we went wrong. So basically this could hurt me more than it could gain me time, because I'll end up like right there. That was a little bit to chew on right there, but I was like, oh, I'm going so fast, I don't even realize it. But we have $56,000 almost on round 90. So there's a couple ways we can go, just like with the damage tower, or we can just start slowing things down to make sure we can get past everything. Actually, let's go with one of my favorite towers now. Like, I used to hate this tower, but now it's just so good. You're going to get all the way up to a 5th tier with the path right there, and he sees camo, so we might as well do primary training, which affects all primary towers, which makes both of them good. And the reason why I did that is because this guy's strong. He takes down DDTs, but he's not good at cleaning up what's underneath. This guy can clean up every single balloon on that screen. He's just a destroyer, and I love watching him just go gloop, 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 and then his glue on the ground destroys everything too. Here's those ugly DDTs. I want to see what happens here. I think we'll be fine with just what we got. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's really good. We still have $43,000. So I am going to try to save money when I can, because I don't like a lot of clutter. I don't like a lot of things on the screen, and I want these to be as easy as possible for you guys. Not that you're using them as guides. Like I said, I prefer more that you just chill and hang out, get some ideas, make your own chimp strategies. But why make it difficult, right? We're on beginner maps. Let's save that for the intermediate and advanced. Now, one thing that I just always do, and I don't see why you wouldn't, is I get the Relentless Glue, bigger glob glue splatter thing here, because that thing is just OP. It literally stops them in their tracks. And so it's not even worth it to buy super glue, in my opinion. Just leave this one here. It just doesn't do any damage, which is kind of weird, but I mean, it does what it needs to do. And then this guy's cleaning up everything, so super easy stuff. Now, the only problem is round 100. I don't think we have enough. Can we take down everything with what we got? Probably not. So we're gonna use one of my favorite like balloon bad killers, the Moab Eliminator. You just use it like, what, it's like 4 times, I think. It regenerates so fast. So we'll go 2, 3. Oh, it took 3.5 plus what I had with the Archmage. So easy setup, still have $27,000 left, and we're on to the next one. And there's our first black chimps medal. We have a lot left to go. We're just gonna go straight down the line, right into the loop on chimps mode. And what's cool is we get $300 every time we beat it. So if you don't have the hero I'm gonna use, or you just wanna buy other stuff and try new things, it's really cool, because you get a lot of money for doing this kind of stuff. I technically didn't need to play those intermediate or expert maps, because I could have just waited until we did these. Now I put Quincy here just because it's a good spot. It's right in the middle, so we can get everything. And then for this one, what should we go on this? I mean, ninjas are always good. I want to use my cool buddy, the druid, but I don't want to like abuse the druid. So I think for this one, ooh, let's have fun with this. Let's go with this guy right here. Bionic Boomerang is 032, because if we can get up to turbocharge and then the 5th tier, it's like actually a really fun and good combo. Just the hard part's getting there, because it's an ability and it's not good until you get to the 5th tier, in my opinion. So you kind of have to have something else to get you there. But again, these are all up in the air and we can change it anytime. I just thought it'd be fun to use them. I like that tower. And luckily Quincy can pop the first camo. We can't really hang all the way to round 40, so we will need to buy something else. But what could we use? I have a perfect one. Because this map takes so long to get to our main attack towers, let's put this guy in this spot as well, and then we're gonna get him to the top path, because what that'll do is give us a tower that can attack globally, which will speed things up a lot. And this guy can just clean it all up. All about the synergy in this game. Now, unfortunately, that tower does not pop camo naturally, so I do have to waste money before the big Moab on round 40 for camo. It's kind of a waste, but we're strong enough to get through all this. Now, I am going to use my Quincy ability on this round 40 just because I don't think I have enough here to pop everything on its own, just because this tower is not good yet. But now with this tower, as you can see, it kind of goes around the whole track now, which is awesome, which will speed up our time. If you're doing this normally without speed hacks, it'll save you tons and tons of time, because look how slow this is. But now with these there, it's actually stopping the track earlier. It's awesome. And I did grab jungle drums to make myself a little bit faster, and now we already have enough for carrier flagship. And since this map is pretty easy and pretty long, this will carry us all the way to our 5th tier bionic boomer dude. And just like that, we saved up enough for this guy. Now, he has an awesome ability, yes, but he doesn't even need to use it because he already gets like a super crazy awesome buff for it. And so we're in a really good spot. I'm really happy with this. You might as well get primary training to buff this guy up even more. And now you just got a super cool team. Now our ZOMGs are starting to get a little overwhelming, but we still haven't even made it to this area yet here. And I do have all of my abilities. So I'm gonna try to get through 95 with 60 grand here. But worst case scenario, we can put down, I think just another glue gunner, like put it right there just so it can slow down everything at the end and we'll clean it up. But I think we'll be able to beat it, like just like this. Oh my gosh, this guy is so strong. Look at this. And then it's getting a little farther. You're like, oh, I'm nervous. But then you just use your 3rd ability here and then you just kind of wrecks everything. It's kind of, jeez Louise, that was cool. $60,000. What do you want to do with it? So what we're actually going to do with it, because this is a very fun tower, we're gonna go all the way up to a 5th tier with the middle path, put him on strong. And not only does this thing just do massive damage each shot, as you can see, but it also like does these little mini explosions on the side of it. Plus it'll keep all the big balloons away from us so we can just tear up all these little ones. Plus it makes every other tower attack that Moab like better, so the battle go down pretty easily too. Getting a little farther than I thought we would on 98, but still haven't made it here yet, so I don't need to use my ability. And 99 I think will be the same issue or lack of. Yep, easy stuff, okay. Dude, we got $38,000. I'm loving this. Look at this thing, just massive damaging it all the way there. And then just to make it faster, why not use the ability and just shred it? Oh my goodness. And there's our $300 and our Insta Monkey. You can't beat it. Middle of the road. This is a somewhat newer map. It came out in the last, I think, what year? Oh, it's probably been like a year now. Oh, but wait. Let's use our girl Gwen or heat it up. Now for this one, we're just gonna start off, let me think here. We're just gonna put this one here and this one here, okay? Now it is a longer map, so we're definitely not gonna lose. We can attack all these different spots. It might take a little longer to get to the end, but it's not a race. It's the journey to get there, right? And so the reason why is because there's one spot on this map that's really, really cool, and it's over here in this water tower. And see, the sniper has bad range everywhere on this map, except for here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a sniper strategy, or maybe 2. Oh, let's just do all the snipers. Let's have fun with those. Let's do the Axis of Havoc. Can I fit them all here? Okay, we're gonna like try. We're gonna see if we can. I don't know if we can. I have not tested this. Okay. But now when we place our Gwen, I'm gonna place her back here because he has that heated up thing. And I think it'll be beneficial. I'm not exactly sure, but I think we'll be good with it. So can I place you here? I'd prefer you to be like there so I could put the fire here. That'd be genius, but I guess whatever works. Because she has this fire ability, her cocktail, and then it'll be great right here because then it'll double hit everything. But it's really not that big of a deal. And again, since it's such a long map, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just gonna upgrade to a 022, and now we're good for a while. We have camo covered, and if we didn't, Gwen's fire actually pops camo, and I can't get it down there, oh my gosh. But it's just a really good cocktail to have, I guess. And we're gonna be going for one of my favorites, the Elite Great Fender, right? This thing is just a powerhouse, and if you go with the middle path, it can just shred through everything. It takes down the Moabs. And one of my main favorite things about this tower is the fact that it keeps all the balloons at the front of the track. And while I say that there's a big pile of leads, you can't pop lead, unfortunately. But as you can see, like, it keeps everything up here, which just speeds up the rounds tremendously. And the Moab's gonna go down, not like instantly, but it's gonna go down quick enough that you're like, wow, that wasn't that bad. But keep in mind, these are beginner maps, so everything is very slow as far as like we have a long time to pop. Like that would not work on Dark Castle or Workshop or whatever. But just like that, we have enough for Elite Defender on round 48, and we're gonna speed him up a little bit more as well. Now we don't need camo because he already pops camo, but I wanna see how many more of these I can fit. Not even one? No way, that completely kills my idea. That's really sad, actually. I feel like that's my fault. If I would have placed like all the way to the left, it would have been okay. That's such a bummer. Okay, well, we're gonna buff this guy up with an alchemist. I'm gonna try to get it out of the range of Gwyn just because I want him to pop leads too, and it just becomes super strong with this. Like, you'll just see it go insane. But this will carry us for a while. Now, there's the reason I chose Gwyn is because you get the heated up, which, what does it actually do? Well, at least at level 17, they pop 1 extra layer and do +2 damage to lead balloons, which is really good because he doesn't do any damage to lead balloons, so it'll at least make him better. Now that my whole idea went down the drain, I'm thinking we could still put a sniper here. It wouldn't be terrible, but it just defeats the purpose of having like a really cool sniper setup. I wish I could like remove the saloon head here and do it that way. I don't know if we can take 76 with this tower. It's always been known to like regenerate all the balloons. So let's just use Gwyn's ability. That's why you have her, right? Ooh, I have a fun one. Okay, we're gonna do this then. We're gonna go to a 2-5-0. And the reason why is because once you get to DDTs, they're one-shot insta-kill with the preemptive strike, and then it does a lot of damage to regular Moabs too, so it's just going to be pretty awesome. Now, it's not like insta-killing everything, but you'll see this damage just go up quite a bit every time. So, I mean, it's not the best, but like I said, it's mainly for the DDTs and stuff. So, like, really all we have to do is put one of these guys here like we did earlier, and then we just got all the time in the world for the sniper to take everything out. Now, I'm curious about these DDTs. Now, obviously, even with an alchemist, our lead's pretty bad, but you saw those DDTs go down, right? That was pretty awesome. But if you'll notice, there's a lot of fortifieds that are just destroying us. So at that point, we're gonna put one of these guys, one of my favorites. We're gonna put him right there, and we're gonna, I didn't unlock the mortar. Oh, what an idiot. That's how much I don't use the mortar. Totally forgot to unlock it. We'll do that real quick, I guess. I'll just keep placing him down and trying to get more of them. Don't do this. Don't add mortars. I'm doing it just to get experience here. You don't need all the money that we have. We've used the last 2 times. We had a lot left over. So we're doing that just to get our experience up. How funny. Okay, so I guess we're not using a mortar. What we're going to do then is we will use... If you want to know how to get experience fast, just do this. Buy everything and then spend all your money on them. And then they just kind of grow pretty quickly. But again, don't do this for pops. We do not need this. This is goofy. Honestly, I'm pretty excited how good this is doing on its own. We are only halfway through the track and we still have a lot to go here. And remember, you can use Gwyn's abilities if you want to. I just don't like using abilities because it's hard to replicate. So I might use it at a different time. So if you are using this as a guide, it could be tough. But watch 95. Like, I love this tower just for this. Look at them. Instant DTs. And those are the ones that like cause all these problems. But as you can see, the leads are causing us problems. So I am going to fire everything up because it's driving me crazy. Now, we really don't have the best damage towers here, to be completely honest. Like, this tower, he fades out. Like, as you can see, he's not that good anymore. The ceramics are just too much for him. This guy does good damage, like a lot of good damage, but he just kind of gets useless after the beginning of the map too, or the beginning of that round. So we need something else here. We're going to use this later in a better spot, but I think this is good enough as anything right here. Just get one of these, a 402. So everything that goes in this path will just get completely destroyed. This thing is overpowered. And as I mentioned earlier, if you are trying to get experience, go to Impoppable and play and don't use this many towers. Like, it's okay to use as many towers you're trying to upgrade, but because we have all these here, it's like taking away from this one's experience, because normally each round you can get like a few upgrades unlocked, which is pretty crazy. So I'm kind of actually glad I left the mortar out, because then I get to show you guys how to do that if you've never done it. Because I'm not sure if that's the fastest way, but I did it relatively quickly by just like using one tower and then one to like carry us through. And it was pretty quick. So this is around 98 and we're taking it down. And then 99, since the DDTs are fortified, not that cool, right? Like, it doesn't instantly destroy them, but it's good enough, I think, or no. I'm gonna use my fire thing here. That's not good. Like, oh, it's because of this guy. That's actually really upsetting. Okay, so before we get to that round, look, we still have $30,000 left. So do this, buy a few of these and get them up to a 201. You don't need the 3, just get a 201. And what that does is it allows this guy to have this acidic mixture dip, so we can actually pop just buy the MIB and he'd do better. Oh my goodness, I'm so bad at this game. You can do this one or this one. The problem was that we weren't able to pop lead with this guy. So this allows him to. Now what we're gonna do here is a cool little thing I like to do. It's called timing the tail. As soon as this back tail opens up right here, he's on his wit's end, right? But DDTs are gonna come flying out of there and you might get scared, you might get nervous. So what you do is you wait a few seconds here like it is now, and then oh, we did it anyway. Oh my goodness. Now you can use your first. It's good either way, because this will happen a lot. Like, you can't bet an entire run on timing that thing because it could get pretty scary. So I'll show you on another one. But that's 3 black medals down. Now we're on Tinkerton, the newest map in Bloons TD6, so we have to use Rosalia. And As you can see, we've had so much money left over, and these have been very easy strategies. You do not have to use these heroes. You do not have to use these towers. You can use pretty much anything. I'm just trying to give you ideas. For this one, I'm going to keep it super simple. This gives us 3 points of attack. So I think, can it handle itself or no? Let's just get 2 of them just to be safe, because you can attack here, here, and then back when it comes to here. And basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to get a Rosalia, and we're going to save up basically and try not to spend that much money and until she gets to, I think, level 5 or 6. And then she makes all of her planes and helicopters cheaper, in which we're going to buy our planes and helicopters and make them cheaper. It's pretty awesome. Now, when these kind of situations happen, it looks like it's getting a little overwhelming. We don't have what we want just yet. What I like to do is just throw down one of these guys if there's water, because not only does it do awesome stuff, but just having 540 for advanced intel will carry you for a while, because look at all the damage, and he's all the way over there. So they attacks there, and then they get over here and he attacks there too. So it's really, really cool. So here's my Rosalia. I'm going to put her here, I guess. It really doesn't matter, to be honest. She'll be flying around sooner than anything. And I'm going to put her here and on strong, because eventually, as soon as I get that upgrade, I'm going to turn it to this one, the little bomb one, and it's going to be pretty fun. And now on round 24, we will have camo, and she does not pop camo, unfortunately. So we're going to get one of these to enhance eyesight. And now this tower plus this tower pops camo. And until we can get our Rosalia up to where we need her to be so we can buy a helicopter, we're going to just use airburst darts, which is pretty cool. And then as far as lead goes, she pops lead as long as you have her on the right one, which is the bomb one that we have now. And on this next level up, here we go, aircraft efficiency. We can now buy our helicopter, which is perfect. So we'll put it right there. And for now, we're just gonna get a basic 202 and then upgrade to Razor Rotor so we can pop those leads. Now, of course, we bought this because everything's cheaper with Rosalia, which is awesome. But I also think it's cool that we have $22,000 on round 51, and we haven't done anything besides add a 202 village so we can pop camo. And we're already to the Apache Dart ship. Now, I'm pretty sure I can go all the way to Apache Prime, and it's $2,000 cheaper than it normally is. So it's gonna be super simple. Now, I actually did a showcase on this exact strategy with the helicopter and Rosalia not too long ago, showcasing how good it is on even advanced maps, intermediate maps. And it's honestly just crazy. I know it's not much that you're saving, but you are saving a few $1,000s, which makes a difference. And she's strong enough on her own, and her abilities are pretty awesome. Like this one flies around the entire track. So now you have 2 global towers, plus it makes this one attack faster, I guess, or at least fly faster. And if you have not seen that video, I would encourage you to watch that one, or just use what you're seeing here on a lot of different maps. Like a lot of different maps can just wreck through with this exact strategy. It's so super easy. You might need to add a couple things in to get you to that top one, just because this track's really long and really easy, but it wouldn't hurt to add something like this one up to armor piercing darts, and then this alchemist, and that paired with that 4th tier chopper would last you a while too. Like this is just insane. Now, one thing to note is that you do need to add an MIB to your chopper. Otherwise, he does not pop DDTs that well. Now for this one, since we do have a village, I am going to throw this guy in wherever I can. I just need him to see those camo DDTs. So how about like right there works, I guess. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. We're just trying to get him to slow him down just a little bit. They have really good range. And we're more than fine. You can use your abilities if you want to as well. But as you can see, we're destroying it. But without the MIB, he does not pop them well. Like he will pop them, but it takes him forever. And again, don't mind these guys. They're shooting off in the corner. I'm just trying to get my experience up over here like a goofball. I'm trying to get to Shattering Shells. That one's super helpful. I probably won't even get the rest of them, but Shattering Shells is such a useful tower. You will use it so much in this game. Like you have no idea how much you'll use Shattering Shells. 98 might be a little bit of a problem, but you know, another tower I like to use is Sub Commander, but we're going to have a whole strategy for him in a little bit here. So let's just focus on what we got. Honestly, on such a long track, it really doesn't matter. We don't even need anything, to be completely honest. Now the question is, can we take down a bad with what we got? Yeah, probably. I mean, let's use our abilities too. Why not? We have them, right? We can even use that 3rd one. And I think it does a lot of damage once it pops. Oh, wow. That did like 4,000 damage. That's pretty good. I'm not going to complain. I like that one a lot. And we have what, $60,000 left on beginner mode on round 100 chimps. That's super easy. On to Tree Stump. We're 4 in now. Now it's really your choice. A lot of maps you can start with a ninja now, because they've allowed us to put a ninja and a dart down. But unless you're going to go with like a ninja strategy, I kind of shy away from that. So I'm just going to go with 2 darts. I try to keep them away from everything else too. So I'm going to put 1 here and then 1 here. Because for this one, you can choose to either Put everything on the stump so it has like full range if you're going like a sniper strategy, or you can put everything in the front and just like make it super easy. Like make it quick is what I mean. If you have everything and just like plowing through the front of the track. Because what's cool about it is like you put attack here, not only do you end the rounds faster, but you have a nice little defense. If it happens to make it all the way around, you got a little defense right here at the very end. Very easy track. Now I'm gonna throw a sniper up here just because I kind of saw that I had Rosalia and kind of panicked a little bit. I'm like, oh, I didn't want Rosalia, but I have a cooler strategy that we can use with her too. So let's just get through it until we can get to her. I think we'll be just fine with what we have. I'm gonna put them on strong though, so we can take out the bigger ones, so then these guys can take out the smaller ones. And what's really cool about like most maps in this game is that you can take down the first few rounds of chimps with 2 or 3 dart monkeys. And so we just use 2 in a sniper, which is nice. Now for this, I think what we'll do is we'll put her, can we fit her here? I don't think so, huh? Or maybe a little bit. It's kind of weird. That's not too bad. I like it. And then we'll put her like right there actually. Oh, that's a good spot. Yeah, now she has access to everything. And again, we'll put her on strong. I don't really use her lasers. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. I just put her on the rocket bomb one thingy and then just put her on strong so she can take out all the bad stuff and then we're good to go. Now we don't have any camo popping. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put a fun tower. We're gonna go with this fire one. Oh my gosh, the sniper, get that thing. What are you doing? What are you doing? So that's the downside of thinking on the fly. Sometimes you lose, and I promised you a black border, black metal, so we had to restart this. Now the problem we had was that we had both this one and this one on strong, so we had nobody to actually clean up that one little balloon. So I got a wizard a little bit quicker here, and then we're gonna get it to Dragon's Breath, because this is one of the best and cheapest third tiers you can buy that just destroys everything. And we also have to wait until she's level 6, which she just now hit, so we can buy the tower. I wanted to buy the top path plane, so we got to make sure it's in range of her little discount here, and we're going to put it to figure 8 for now. Getting up to a 302, so now it'll just fly around the whole track, plus the fighter plane alone will solo take out the Moab, and then he'll clean up everything underneath, making this like super easy. But the only downside is we don't have any camo purple popping right now, so we do have to waste money on a village to get that. And again, these aren't worked out strategies. They're just off the top of my head. So I'm hoping we can make it there. But I decided to go up to a Summon Phoenix. And then I also have a Sky Shredder is what I'm going for. That's my main 5th tier of this one. Because I just feel like it's such a cool map for it because it spins in this circle. And so does that tower. So it's perfect. But getting to 43,000 might prove difficult because around 63. And we're not even close. So what did we use before? What was perfect was this one right here. I just want to get it in range of the village. So it's not the best spot for it, to be honest. I mean, well, we can fit it in. Oh, we can fit in there because Rosalina flies now. Okay, that's actually really good. So I'll put it right here in range of the village. We're going to go up to Recursive Cluster. And now we are guaranteed to take down 63. And if not, if for whatever reason you're a little scared, we do have our abilities. But as you can see, we don't even need them. We're just destroying things. Perfect timing during round 75, which can be a troublesome round. We do have this guy right here. I'm excited. And then what's even cooler is once you buff this guy up with an alchemist, I'm going to keep the alchemist off the track though, if I can. So like, well, let's put it right next to it. Let's just do that. We're going to get it all the way up to this one. Now, I think it would be really awesome to get Wizard Lord Phoenix, but I'm a little nervous about the DDT. So what we'll do is we'll use 90 as a test run because we have enough abilities here to take down these 3 measly DDTs, but I want to see if we can pop them early. Okay. We might be able to actually go for the Wizard Lord Phoenix. I mean, this is dangerous, but we might be able to do it. The problem with the Sky Shredder, right? Yes, it's a little cheaper because we had Rosalina, nice stuff. But the problem with it, my biggest thing, is the fact that when it's over here, you're not getting as many pops as when it's over here. So it could be random rounds. By what I mean by that is like a crucial point of this round could be right now and he's over here instead of being right there. So if you just change it up and do this whole maneuvering stuff, you're going to get better pops for sure. But I don't like doing that, so we're just going to leave it on center path and let it do its thing. But we got Wizard Lord Phoenix anyway, so who cares? Oh my goodness. And now what I always recommend, like without a shadow of a doubt, is always buy where you can. Just put it the best place that you can that puts it in range of the village with camos for those DDTs. Even if it has to be here, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just grab the Moab glue. Because even though it doesn't hit the track, sometimes its range is a lot longer, especially on these ZOMGs and stuff. We're keeping these things in their track. That's gross. Okay, 98's looking a little scary, so I am going to use my Phoenix power there. Good to know. Okay, but remember, we do have $25,000. We could buy a lot of stuff here. And one thing I would recommend, if you feel nervously in these kind of situations, just go with a 4-2-0 on strong, because it'll hold off the DDTs like you just saw there. We have our glue already doing that good stuff. So much you can do, but for this one, just make it easy. Let's use our abilities here. Let's do that like 4,000 damage thing it does. And then as soon as our Phoenix comes back, we'll use that and it won't be any big deal. So pop it off now and easy stuff. Now you make me look like a liar. Easy stuff. Come on, pop everything now. What are we doing here? We're on Tree Stump. Okay, last one of the first page, Town Center. We have a long ways to go. And we're not using Rosalia anymore. So we're using Etienne, which means eventually we're gonna have global camo for everybody, but it doesn't come right away. So you do have to fight those early round camos, and Etienne's not enough for the most part. So we're gonna grab a ninja also because he hits all 3 of these tracks, which is just awesome. And we're gonna start with Seeking Shurikens because if you notice, he like misses some of them when he shoots and they go too far. So this allows the leftover Shurikens to like go down the track and hit the rest of them. And as a general rule of thumb, and why I really like the ninja is because a 3-0, and a general rule of thumb and why I really like the ninjas because a 201 is enough to get you to your hero in most cases. Sometimes you need to upgrade to like a 202. If you're going for like something crazy like Churchill, you might need double shot, but it's super easy to get your hero with this. We're gonna put Etienne right here so he can also see all 3 tracks plus a lot of this one. Now with just this simple setup, our camo is covered all the way up to round 40 because eventually he's gonna global everybody. So I'm gonna get a really fun tower. I didn't plan on unleashing him just yet, but he's just so good at popping leads. Did I say lead? Because I just meant every single bloon on the screen. Look what he does. He just puts a bramble down and destroys everything at the front of the track, even if it wasn't camo. And as you can see, everything's just getting popped without doing any work. It's so awesome. Now this is fun and all, but we have way too much money and nothing to pop a Moab. So we got to think of our damage tower, what it's going to be. I kind of wanted to attack because this is a really good spot. It's just he kind of gets overwhelmed and we don't have the best cleanups. But then again, I think we can make it work. I'm going to go with attack here. I think that'll be a lot of fun. So just a 204 and then you alchemist it. And I'm going to put the alchemist back here actually. And just like that, he'll take the Moab down and then this guy cleans it all up. It's such a cool thing to see. And then we have a 420 alchemist. And what's cool is on this next round, Etienne's going to give us all camo, so we don't even have to get a camo village. But you do need primary training, of course. It's a must for attack. And just like that, we have attack zone on 55. Now, the next thing I want to do is get an ice tower because this tower is so good if you get it up to a 420. Because not only does everything that it freezes, it allows this tower to attack it because normally it can't. It weakens the Moabs and just ice shards everything else to make things like 63 just one of the easiest rounds ever. Now I figured what the heck, let's go for a top path Inferno Ring if we can afford it. Now we're not even halfway there. But what's really cool is we do have Etienne's second ability. So if things start to get scary, you can pop that thing down. Now 75 has wrecked me so many times when I use the tack zone. It's just usually not strong enough. So I might have to use that ability. And I might even have to like throw something down really quickly to not lose. But for the most part, I think we're okay. Because it looks like it's a normal round, like, oh, what are you worried about? But at the end, there's like 75 BFBs in this thing. You just get dunked on. But if it's not, oh, yeah, wasn't even that bad. Oh my goodness, so easy. What about a ZOMG? Because we're still $7,000 shy. I know it'll shred right through it. He has like a pierce cap. And so he shreds through everything, but then he can't destroy everything. And that's your main problem with this guy. So I think if we have this one here, by the time this guy shreds it all and the ice tower ice shards it all, we're going to have the Inferno Ring just literally flame it all. And it's just going to be kind of wild. Oh my gosh, what am I? $16 off? Come on, man. Let's just use the ability to get us there. All right, there we go. And I am going to leave his fireball on first, but I think this will carry to the end, maybe. And what's cool is normally I get an MIB for this guy, but because we have embrittlement in such a clean spot, he'll even take down the DDTs because, you know, the alchemist won't help. He's supposed to, but he won't. This is crazy how good they are. I think I might have to add a glue gunner here, but maybe not because ice shards. Dude, embrittlement's so good. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was so clean. Oh my gosh. Okay, I still really want my shattering shells, so I just threw these guys down, but they're attacking the back, so don't worry about them. They're not doing anything, and we still have a lot of money, so please don't buy these. They're just for me to try to get my experience up, and you should do the same if you don't have any towers that aren't fully at their prime yet, I guess you could say. We have $48,000. We could do so much stuff. Like just an super brittle would be so amazing. But honestly, I'm just gonna do something simple. Like I'm gonna keep doing this, but it's such a good thing. And I want you guys to use this as much as you can. It's just so awesome to slow everything down. It makes it so easy. See, this is where Shattering Shells is the best tower in the game, is on round 98. It is too overwhelming. It's too much pierce for us. We get destroyed, and I think things are gonna get through. So just to be safe, we're gonna do this. We're gonna throw, yeah, I don't trust this. We're gonna go all the way down to a 204. Now, we're not going to need this. It's not going to get any pops, but this is the safest tower in the game. It makes sure everything's clean, and I'm going to use it a little bit better later on. I just don't want to have to restart, so I just wanted to be safe for you guys. So use that money as ever you want, because I think it's like $53,000 we would have had, because this will take us down for sure. Yeah, look at that go. Oh my goodness, so good. So that's it. We're done. Now we're on to our second page. How many do we got? We got 1, 2, almost 3 more pages. Now I'm hoping this doesn't become a habit, but we are going to be using Sada because you're going to see how amazing she is. On 1, 2 tree. Now Sada is my favorite hero in this game. She is way too good. If you get her lined up somewhere like here, she can hit like all these 3 points. She'll carry on for the end of the game. Honestly, she just goes forever. But if you've never played this map before, I really, really like it because each of these spots have a buff. So any tower you place here has a speed buff. Any tower you place here has a damage buff, but it has to be the corresponding tower type. So this has to be primary, it has to be magic, and then this is a free spot down here. And it just so happens this is a discount spot. So we could put something like a sub and save a lot of money. But as you'll see, you can't really tell now, but once we get advanced intel, we're blocked off in a lot of spots until these trees disappear. Now, I don't know the exact order and how the trees leave. I think it has something to do with the numbers, like ×3, ×2. I have no idea. Let me know in the comments below. But it really doesn't matter. He still has enough range. He can kind of destroy everything. Now, we can take out round 28 lead, but we cannot take out round 30 lead. So I'm going to try something here, and I hope I can do it, because there's not many maps on beginner mode that get to utilize this tower as greatly as I want to use it. Oh, but perfect. We have enough for it. That's awesome. But the Ultra Juggernaut, so he benefits from bouncing around. And so he's literally going down this thing right here and just shredding everything. And then it bounces back and ricochets a few times. And not many maps let you do that on beginner mode, especially. Like somewhere on Sulphur Springs, amazing map. Balance, amazing map for this guy because it bounces around. So I figured what better one than this one? Plus it's a discount, so it's like super cheap to buy the Ultra Juggernaut. Because if you didn't know, the discount applies to all 5th tiers, 4th tiers, 3rd tiers, 2nd tiers, and 1st tiers. Unlike the discount village that only goes up to tier 3 for discounts, this does it all. Now the only problem is this isn't going to reach for camo. It has to though, because it gives you extra range up here if you hit it just right. Will it hit it? Nope, not yet. How about now? Perfect. Okay, so there's our camo. We don't need it now because Sada can carry all the way to 40, plus we have a little guy here. But this is just for later on because I am going to get quick shots and very quick shots so we can do some more damage. And then for the Moab, let's just keep it simple. Let's just grab a little sub to help us out. Now this map's really cool for fun strategies. For instance, like people like to get the super mines, a $135,000 upgrade on this map because you have a discount, but it applies to all 5 tiers of it. So it makes it a lot cheaper. Or what I wanted to do, I thought about doing was getting a super monkey here at this discount spot and then getting all the way up to the bottom tier dark champion. But it's a beginner map. We're not going in here for like the hardest strategies. We're just trying to have fun plus keep it varied. And I want to show you guys cool stuff. So I don't think you're going to be like on your 4th or 5th chimps map trying to go for crazy stuff like that. So let's just keep it simple. I am going to get camo on this one. Jungle drums. Now, when I say I want to vary things, I mean, mainly I'm talking about Sada because I could use her way too much. She's so good. Like basically all we have to do is take down the Moab and then she'll clean it up instantly with her ability. She's just way too good. She can take down camo, she can take down lead, she can take down purple, she can take down everything, and you can buy her from the first round. It's just ridiculous how good she is. So let's say we pop this Moab down. Let's say we don't pop it down for a while. It doesn't matter. Sada will just take it down with her ability. It's insane. But just like that, we get like this super broken thing. I'll put it on the last to show you, but see how it just ricochets in there? It makes it so stupid. I'm actually going to leave it on last because why not? But eventually I'm going to move it to first though, just because I feel like we're eventually going to get wrecked by it and then he won't clean up and then we just lost for no reason. And here's a good example of that right now. Like if we just left it on last, we would, well, no, I guess he would attack that, right? Yeah, see, that's getting a little dangerous. We got to buy something, but we do have $36,000. I just kind of wanted to see how far this would go. But we have Sada's ability, so I'm just going to kind of rock this out because I would prefer to have this unlocked if I can. I don't know when it unlocks, but I'd like it to unlock. Now, if it's ×3, is that what it is? Is it ×3 of the numbers? So that'd be 60, 72, right? That's a long time. Well, this one just unlocked on 72, so that would be 50 rounds later. Would it be 74? I actually have no idea. And if I sit around here trying to think about it, I'm going to mess something up and make us lose. So we need a good tower here to kind of wreck everything down. You know, maybe we can try it. Let's give it a go. I would have preferred to have an Oben buff, but I mean, you got to work with what you got, right? Because we need $54,000. But if we put it here, we get a speed upgrade for free until that point. Oh my gosh, we actually got it. I can just move him back here and then get Dark Champion. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Okay. So now we can move him to somewhere better. So we got range there, damage there, discount there. We don't need the discount. Maybe speed for now, and then if we need to, like a last case scenario, we can throw it into the damage, just do crazy stuff. I would normally never get this tower, so that's really cool to me, but we have so much money left. I wonder if this can just solo. Is it that good of a tower? I think it is, honestly, and then I can just move it to the damage one. Yeah, if it gets too far, I can just do, that's so goofy to me. Oh my goodness. Here's the true test, 99. I feel like I'm just asking for trouble, not buying stuff. So please, if you're using this as a guide, please buy something. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, we need to do this. Okay. And then just as a safety precaution, we have $40,000. So again, do this, what we did earlier. Right. Have we done that yet? We'll just do this. Put a spike factory here. This thing is so good. And it's just a safety thing. I'm hoping we don't use it at all. But this is what I do when I panic. Like I'm playing my own chimps games. You're just like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Okay, so for here, I'm going to move this. Actually, let's leave it on damage for now. Dude, we didn't even need it. We didn't even need it. That's so cool. Oh my goodness. He has 0 pops. That means we'd have $78,000 right now just because of these two. Mainly him, honestly. He got us there. You did it, buddy. Can we beat the whole thing? I think we can because I'm just going to move it back again. Like as soon as it pops open, if it does. Well, look, we just do that. That is so cool. You're so good. Oh my goodness. This is the dream team, these three right here. Nope, we're not going to get any pops on this thing. We're not doing it. We did it. Oh, jeez. We almost did it. But let me just see here. I think we got 4,000. So we could have used any other towers. Like we had 80,000 bucks almost. On to Scrapyard. This one, I think, is technically the longest map in the game. But if you do something like just play Sada here, you can go for such a long time. Now, this was what's really cool about this map. So you could use Sada's first ability if you want to. You could buy something because we have $1,800, or you could just go like this and just pop it that way. It's so cool. Okay, what do we want to buy here as our main tower? I'm thinking a really cool one would be a Dartling Gunner just shooting down this path. It would be such a good tower. But at the same time, like I know getting there is kind of tough. But would it be the worst though? I don't think it would. I don't think it would. We can do it. But this time I am just going to use our ability, just clean this thing up a little bit. Yeah, see, I don't think the Dartling is something you buy early on. I think you buy it later. But here's something really cool about this map. For one, you can put Sada here and she can take down 28 with just one ability every single time without a shadow of a doubt. But on 30, it takes 2 abilities unless you time the rotation of it. So I think we should be able to be fine if we just do it like, wait till this one comes back around. So right there, and then we'll get all of them. Yeah, easy stuff. But if not, again, you could use this little Scrapyard guy, or you have such an amount of time, you could have used it right away and then waited for them to come back and do it again. It's that crazy. But here's Hydro Rocket Pods, and it's going to be great until 40, but it's really terrible for taking out a Moab. So what else should we do here? We got to think of another plan. You know, one tower that will easily carry, I think, until we get that big dog, I think would be this bottom path. I could be wrong, but the Spectre is really good. So I don't think the Moab should be a problem because remember we have Sada's ability to take it out. I don't know what we would do if we didn't have Sada though, dude. Every time, I swear. Can he solo it? He cannot. See, that would have just been a big dumb waste. So now we can do that, and there we go. All right, here's our Spectre on 53. And now, of course, I need a village for it. Now the question is, will a 2-2-0 village, a Spectre, and this guy carry all the way until he gets like $60,000? This is starting to get really overwhelming, but it is a very long map. But we're almost there. Come on, buddy. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. I moved him in a bad spot. What a goofball. So is that a better spot? Every other one's being wasted. Oh my goodness. How about like that then? I guess this left one's going to get a little wasted, but maybe not on the bigger ones. It happens, guys. That's life. Okay, so now we just need to save up a bunch of money because the Spectre is pretty much going to be dead to us now. This guy's going to be our DDT taker outer, our everything taker outer. The Bloons are going to be kind of wonked on by this guy. So we're just in a bad spot regarding our Spectre. Maybe not though. This is like the perfect plan. This is so good. And then we have such a long time to clean it all up. Maybe I can just solo with these 4 towers. That's not a solo. It's a quad low, but I mean, you get the gist. This is awesome. Okay, it's finally starting to like go a little too far, but remember, we can always just do this too. We can just throw one of these guys right there. We're good. Actually, let's just do it because I want to see what happens. Like, this is fun to test these towers out. Here's 98. I mean, this would be the round that you'd be like most worried about, I guess. Or maybe not. Maybe 100 will be bad. Ooh, 100 could be bad. Or this could be bad. Look at how far it's going. Oh my goodness. I might have to like move it around or something. Let's have him help out a little bit. I'm gonna use this ability too. Oh my goodness. I think we're fine, to be honest. I don't think they're gonna run out. Like, there's a lot of spikes left, even though it looks like they're, oh, maybe there's not, who knows. Can we take out these big old DDTs? I hope so, because the Spectre sure can't. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do this. All right, big guy time. Big guy time. We got this. Oh my gosh, he's already done that much damage. You're kidding me. Okay, I'm just gonna do this then. Get out of here with that. That's awesome. Now we got the spooky cabin. So we are on number 9. This is such a journey. But let's actually change this one up a little bit. Let's use Pat. And just to throw out there, doesn't every other hero look like a mugshot of their head? And then Pat looks like it's a monkey chest, and then the face is on the chest because that looks like his abs. It just looks kind of funny to me. Well, this is definitely another one where you can just throw down like a dart monkey and then a sub back here. And that should be fine, I would imagine. You got a long list of attacking here because you got like this little curvy cool angle and then he can clean it up, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Obviously placing Sada right where this dart monkey is would have been just perfect and it would have carried until we whatever we wanted to do with our lives, but you can't just keep using Sada. I wanted to use Pat here because Pat can actually be placed on the water, and then we're going to use water towers as a big water map. Water, water, water. How many times can I say it? And it's not even that we're going to place him on water, but you can, doesn't matter where you place him. You can place him anywhere, which is really cool. So I want him right here, right next to this guy, because we're eventually going to use his ability, which makes everybody stronger. So I want him right on top of my power tower. Now, unfortunately, Patamus cannot pop camo, but he can pop lead. So what we'll do for camo is just get one of these, and that should be enough. I could be wrong, but it should be enough. And we're going with the middle path on this one. If you've never used it before, it's so good. Eventually, I have to get a village to give him some camo, but until later on, we're just going to keep buffing him up. Cannon ship on its own is such a strong upgrade. Monkey pirates can pull down the Moab, which we'll probably do. So at this point, it's your choice if you want to pull down the Moab or just beat it up with Pat's ability because it's super strong. But why mess with it when you can just do that? Oh my God, that's so easy. So we are getting a little overwhelmed. So this is a good point to use Pat's ability because then it makes everybody stronger. Because I am just going to save up for the 28,000. Why not? But since we are on 55 and it might be getting a little scary, let's be smart about it. This is always a good choice, regardless of the map, regardless of what you're doing. Throw down one of these up to a 3-2-0 armor-piercing darts with a little dart up here to lead the way, and you will get through most rounds until you get what you need to get. Oh, did I mention it pulls BFBs too? 60s, nothing. There we go, Pirate Lord, we're done. Let's watch it shred through 63. I hope it does. I actually don't know for sure, but it should. It is going around a little bit, but I mean, obviously we're not gonna lose. Here's why I love this boat though. So like 75 is awful, right? Because at the very end, you got those like big, huge rush of BFBs. So after we take down a little Moabs, I can just go like this and then 75's done. And then 76 easy because we got a village right there. It's just such a good combo. Now, eventually it's gonna get overwhelmed here, but what do we do now? I kind of didn't think this one through. A sub commander would be great, but then it wouldn't be great. Now I solved my problem with the Bloons solver, but I want my shattering shells. I'm so close to it. So I threw down a couple more bucks here because once we get that, it'll make like this round won't be that difficult. So I'm going to pull some of these just because I don't want to lose to it. There's my shattering shells. Obviously, you don't have to do all that. And now when I put this here, no more fortifieds. Just take them down normally. And then I'm solving all of my problems with the Gloon solver. Why'd I call it the Gloon? The Bloons solver. It is the best tower. And now we're just going to shred through this super fast too. Oh my goodness. And remember, these speed buffs that I have on here, these speed hacks, do not affect the game in any other way than just speeding it up. It actually makes it harder because I miss a lot of things and the game can't react to a lot of things because it's not meant to do that. I am going to pull one of these ZOMGs because there's no point in fighting them all. And you'll notice that the Shattering Shells did not remove the fortification from those because I didn't move it to where it was popped open and it can't remove it from ZOMGs. But round 98, which is normally super crazy, isn't that crazy. And what we can also do, which I forgot to do, is get one of these again because it's such a great tower and you guys should be using it so much. It slows everything down. I can pull some of these ZOMGs down. And then whatever happens, this guy's going to take them all down. Like he's going to pop them all, right? And then the Gloon solver is going to come in and clean it all up. Like I like hesitated my voice a little bit there because it was coming out quick, but I knew it wouldn't be a problem. This guy's just too good. And then I can use my first ability, of course. Don't forget that. And I forgot that I had that ability this whole time. I wasn't using it. And I have the bear hug. I could have pulled down the fortified ZOMGs. We have $56,000. I think I'm just a noob. Oh my goodness. I'm going to throw down a couple of these. Let's just do it this way. Let's end this game, guys. You can do this on any map, but I don't want to use it. It's just if I have to, I might. I'm going to try to use the ability again and then pull down the DDTs and then maybe we can take it down. So like this. So like just pop it open yourself, dude. You got this. Okay, it's not working. 3 of them. Just get out of here. Jeez Louise. So normally you would just use one first strike. You'd let it attack you'd wait till that tail opens up and you pop it. But if you have the money, use multiple and it's just instant kill like that. So for Resort, I want to have a little fun with it. We're going to be using Geraldo and his items in his shop because Resort is one of the easiest, if not probably the easiest map in this entire game. So you can use pretty much any strategy that you've ever seen before or any strategy that you've ever thought of or anyone that we've used thus far into this. And what's really cool is you can start off with attack because it spins around so many times here, it's not a big deal. Now I'm putting at the far right bottom because I want to add more stuff in this little circle. And I think we can get by with just this. But it is kind of bad because it isn't reaching the top. It only attacks when it gets to here. So I am going to add one faster shooting, but that should carry us to Geraldo. Now his placement doesn't really matter. He's not our strong point. It's what's in his shop. So I'm just going to place him here. And then one of the reasons I don't like using Geraldo is just very technical, right? You got to think about what you're doing. And he has all these items, and I like to provide strategies that people can use if they need them. So a tower like him, it's kind of hard because you don't know what I did. I could have used one of these at the right time, which helped, and you just can't replicate it. So to make this easy, I'm going to be placing a shooty turret starting here, and every time there's one available, I'm going to use it because I want to see how far these will go, and I guarantee you we're going to have so much money left at the end. You can use any strategy you want, which will be kind of fun. Now, we don't have camo yet, but what's really cool is if you just camo Geraldo, all 4 of his towers get it too, which I'm sure you already knew. I just don't really use Geraldo that much, so I don't know if other people don't use him as well. But right now we're in a really good spot, except for we don't have lead popping. So I am going to throw this guy in here because we are going to be using it a lot. So how about like right there, put him on strong, and we'll get him up to acidic mixture dip. And now everybody in the vicinity can pop lead. And the other bummer about my boy Jerry is that camo doesn't last that long. So you got to like re-up it every now and then. So it is cheaper because I think it would be like what? It's $215. And you got to use it, what, maybe 9 or 10 times if you used it throughout the entire thing without buying a village or something. So that's $1,800. So I think it's better off just to buy the village anyway and then get the camo. Not cheaper maybe, but if my math right, you got to let me know. So we've done our basic little setup here. We got a 3-2-0 Alchemist and then this will carry for such a long time. It's kind of ridiculous. And then just to make it even more unfair, we're actually going to wait on this because if you don't buy it at the right time, it just freezes everything and you can't use it. But basically, we just need to get to embrittlement, which I think we should have enough. Because if you don't have embrittlement, your ice just freezes everything and then your tack can't pop it and it just makes it really irritating. But once you have that embrittlement and the ice shards, now you're fine. So I think I have 11 shooty turrets and I've bought one every time it's come available. So I have not missed any. But now we have our bunny starting on 57 and I'm going to upgrade that 4 times so we can get the Bunnicula double bunny that comes out and just destroys everything as well. And that did not take long at all. It's already on round 65. We have the crazy bunny and you're going to start seeing Geraldo, if he hasn't already beat the tack, which he has so far. That's awesome. But I do want to upgrade here. And then I do have a primary training radar scanner village because that's a necessity. You've seen me use this combo before. I don't know if exactly like this, but we used it and it's great. But these shooty turrets are great too. So it takes 14 regular shooty turrets to get to the major one, and we can't do that any faster. And I actually didn't know that, so that's a cool thing to note. Now I'm wondering how many of the good shooty turrets we get until the end. Probably not much, right? So here's our onslaught of ZOMGs on round 87, and as you can see, it's kind of tearing everything up. Even with only 3 major shooty turrets, nothing's gone around this bend just yet. I'm a little nervous about it, to be honest, but so far, so good. Now what I'm thinking here is just to combat for the future, you might as well upgrade to the tack zone. And then the other one I am going to do is this one, as you guys know. We can put it in range, I guess. That doesn't hurt not to. And we're going to grab a Shattering Shells. And the reason why is because honestly, if you're just trying to get good at this game, look at all those fortifieds are gone. I'll move it back more so you can see it too. It's so cool. Because like 98, I don't even know if it'll get through with this, but with this, with Shattering Shells, it definitely will because it just makes them so much weaker. It's crazy. And I was worried about DDTs and I was thinking, no, embrittlement. It goes around so many times that there's no way that even one single DDT can get through without being like de-camoed and de-leadified. And so you just have this onslaught here, but just cheap stuff. And we still have 60 grand, so you can pretty much buy whatever you want still. Okay, it's starting to make it past us though. That's a little scary. I think 97 should be okay, but we only have 7 shooty turrets of the good ones. Or is that 5? No, that's 7. Okay. I thought we'd have a lot more. But remember, if you want to, which you should probably put this here for something like that because you need to fortify after it breaks open, and then they're like super simple stuff. But for 98, it might be a little crazy. And so just to keep that going, I'm going to grab 1 genie. You might as well, right? They're only $2,000 and we have $90,000. Geraldo is a beast. I mean, this is a very, very easy map, so I'd like to test it on like, you know, crazier things, but it looks like we're doing pretty good. I don't want to lose though. I'm going to buy another one. Let's just be safe about it. And then remember, if we need to, we can drop this thing down like at the last second, which I think is cool, but the genie's doing pretty good. Do we not need it? Okay, I'm not gonna take that chance, or am I? Dude, okay. But we had that ready if we needed it. We still have $97,000. Oh my goodness. But now I don't think we get the genies for 100, so we're just kind of riding solo. But can I please round this off? Whoa, how's there so many? What the heck happened there? Do you get like a restock of your shelf? I totally do not use this guy enough. Now I'm wondering too, I haven't used it. I hope it doesn't ruin my game, but I'm gonna pickle juice. Does that actually work? And can I sharpen them too, or no? You have to sharpen each individual one? You're kidding me. What are we doing here? But it's the last round. You might as well go out with the bang. Just do everything that you can, right? Like, let's just do all this, put some genies out. Let's end this quick. Put some fire on everybody that we can right in the middle there. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna complain about that. I'm liking that for sure. I do want to see our final count though. We got 720,000 with Jerry, and our attack is 789. That's pretty good. For skates, I'm gonna show you one of my favorite strategies with Oben and with the druids. If you've never used it, you gotta use it. It's so good, it's so good. And to start this one off, I didn't really think about this part, but I guess just a regular, I mean, this is always such a solid start. You might as well stick with something like this. It just has so much range eventually. So at first it'll be kind of slow, but once we get this to advanced intel, you're in a good spot. But I'm wondering if we even need advanced intel before we get our Oben. I'm wondering if we should have just gone with like 3 darts and then not have to worry about nothing. But I don't think it'll hurt to have this guy as like a last safety cleanup for what we're gonna be doing. But we are able to get Oben. Now his placement is kind of particular here. So I'm gonna place him right there. I know it sounds weird, but you'll see. And now, as I've recommended many times before, we're gonna see what we've been doing. We're gonna do a 202 with a camo here. And now camo's covered all the way up until 42, which we need to upgrade, but I think we'll be fine until then. And then we have brambles too to help out. So we honestly didn't even need camo. It's just rather than think about it, now we can just do it. But here's where this starts. We're gonna take a total of 6 druids, and we're gonna place them down. But before we keep placing 6, we're gonna place them very tight. Then we're gonna get Thorn Swarm, Druidic Reach, and then we're gonna buy another one and get Thorn Swarm and Druidic Reach, and then buy another one. And you'd prefer them to have Oben's buff if they can, but only one of them really needs to be like the super buff one. So I think we'll be okay just doing this. And it's still in range anyway, so it's all good. So there's 4, 5. Now you can use this, if you've never seen this before, you can use this on pretty much like 90% of the maps in this game, not just beginner. You can use on advanced, intermediate, expert, the whole shebang. This is my favorite strategy in the entire game. I have used it so many times. I've made multiple videos on it. I love the strategy. It's just so good. But basically, you're gonna get 6 of these guys, and they're gonna turn into monsters. So now we're gonna get each of them up to a Druid of Wrath, which is the bottom path. So we're gonna have a 0, 1, 3 on 6 of these guys. Now, just recently, I actually needed to get used to this. I forgot that if you have the Nature's Totem placed in front of the druids, they can just naturally pop camo now because Oben's that OP. And so we didn't even need this little setup of the dart and this guy, I don't think, because we could have used Oben's brambles and then use the totem to get the rest. But it's just good to know that we have that extra safety. So now with this Moab, I'm a little concerned, but I think we're going to be strong enough. And then we have our Airburst starts to clean up. And then we have these druids here too if we needed to, because this is such a very easy map. Now, this is a beginner map, so I'm not going as heavy defense as I normally would. Probably should have upgraded this guy to at least triple guns. That would have been a little safer, or maybe even armor piercing darts. But for this one, why not just go for it? So I'm gonna get all of them up to a pop lust, a 0, 1, 4, all 6 of them. Now could be the hardest part. It's just I didn't preset this up, and normally before I run a chimps run with this strategy, I'll preset it. And so like this is gonna be your best spot because it hits them all. But we're gonna have to worry about camo leads on 59 because I don't have Oben in range. And that's such a small thing to worry about, but we will have to worry about it. But I guess it's what we gotta do. So I'm just gonna make sure we have camo at all times. Even though we have the totem, I don't wanna risk it. And now we have everybody sped up, which is awesome. And then basically what we're gonna do here is we're gonna decide which one we want to be the strong one. So I do that normally by just looking at who has the most pops. And it's gonna be one of these 2 right here. Obviously, there's gonna be the front one because he's getting the most action. But the problem is I like to have them in range of an alchemist, but I didn't really leave a good spot for that either. So what we're gonna do on 59 though, just to be safe, is as soon as it goes to 59, we're gonna drop our tree, and then that'll make sure all of those camo leads are taken care of. And we don't even have to stress about it. That simple. And then you'll see like 63, 60, none of it's really that big of a deal for this team right here. It's pretty cool. Here's 63, the first rush, and we do have a tree. So it is gonna help a little bit, and we could reuse that tree. But I wanna see what happens when it breaks. I think we'll be okay. Are we really taking all of this? These guys are so good. You have no idea. Like, you have no idea. Even if it did go back around, they could still attack on this side, which is really awesome. Now, if we can get all the way up to 48,000 Avatar of Wrath without having to buy anything else, that's why I love beginner maps. It just makes strategies so much fun. My tree finally broke on 75 at the end of 75. I have not even messed with it yet since that one on 59. So we might as well just throw one down for good measure. Use what you got. We only need $3,000 here. This is so cool. And there's our Avatar of Wrath. And now this just gets super goofy. We are going to grab a Monkey Intelligence Bureau because we do not want to mess with DDTs at the end because they will destroy us. We're almost to them, by the way. And I do love this super speed. I wish Ninja Kiwi would naturally implement this because imagine when you are waiting for $48,000, how long that takes when you're going this slow. And this is the fast forward, which is crazy, but it just seems so slow when you're going fast. Now, there is one thing you're going to want to do at the very end of this strategy is you're going to want to buff up the exit or find another tower that can clean up because we do get overwhelmed with things. Now, you could just throw in some slow towers. You could just grab your bottom path mortar like we've been doing and do all that kind of stuff. But a very simple, easy way to knock it out on pretty much most maps, even like Dark Castle Expert, is you just grab this guy, go all the way down to the bottom, and instead of the top like we've been doing, we're going to go this one, put it on close, and then we're going to buff it up. Make it faster, and then make it stronger. And what's cool is because the Alchemist sometimes is good, every single stack that he puts out is going to be acidic mixture dipped. So we don't have to worry about it not popping leads ever. And now he's got this little awesome team back here. Now here's 98 with no shattering shells, no glue. And I'm going to show you what happens here. It's pretty cool. And then even if we get one of them back here, I don't even know if we will because it spins around. So we have multiple times to attack with this guy who's just doing 1.5 million damage already. Maybe the DTs will get there. No, are we seriously? Okay, 2 of them made it. That's good. Now this, I don't know if we'll break it open. No, we for sure will break it open. I don't know if we'll clean up everything, right? No, come on. You're not that good, Druid strategy. Oh, but you are. You are. You're the best in the game. There's a reason why you are. I love that strategy. Use it all the time. So for Alpine Run, we're going to use kind of a weird hero, Churchill. He costs a lot to buy in game, so I usually avoid him. I've probably only used him about like 10 times. But I recommend you use Alpine Run as like your last beginner chimps map just because it's not my favorite. It can be more difficult than most. So by the time you go to black border this one or beat it on chimps, you should have enough monkey money to buy Churchill and enough experience to be able to use him. Now the trick is the getting to him. I always say you can just throw down a ninja and get to most of the heroes, but he's double the price, more than double the price of most heroes. So I'm going to try to get there with a boomerang because I feel like that's a good tower. But we're going to need some help, I'm assuming, because I don't know if he can take even the first round down. Maybe. Because he does 1 damage per right now, which is just kind of gross. But it's working, right? But just to be safe, I think we should throw down a dart monkey. How about like right here? That's a good spot for one. Oh, look at that perfect line. Oh my goodness. And this is what I was going for here, Glaive Ricochet. This thing is a beast. For $650, you got a tower that can pretty much just destroy everything. And especially once you get it up to hot shots, it can take down lead and a lot of bloons at once. It's just worst enemies like space bloons, like these crazy yellows that come out. It wants grouped ones. It just makes like rounds 27 look really cool and satisfying. But now we should easily be able to get Churchill, I would imagine, but we don't have camo. So we'll have to see which one comes first. Well, we have enough for him, but I know he will not level up to camo in time, and I think it's around level 6, so it's kind of a joke. What can we do for camo then? Should we just get like a regular dart for now? I think that'd be kind of easy. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll move dart from last to first, and we'll just get it up to enhanced eyesight, and then do quick shots, very quick shots, and then grab a crossbow, and that should be able to handle like all the camos until he gets to level 6. Hopefully, we'll see. So he's still not level 6. I'm really worried about 36. Let's see if this guy can do it. Oh, wow. Crossbow's really good. That's just a regular 023. I like that. Okay, there we go. Now we got our camo buddies here. I'm happy. He can't pop lead camo yet, but I think that comes later on if I'm not mistaken. And then we're just going to get a more glaives here because that'll clean up everything. And then if I can put everybody in here, I mean, oh yeah, once I get the little upgrade. So we're going to grab bigger radius jungle drums and primary training because we do have the boomer back here. And then I'm just going to get camo because I don't want to deal with it. But I am curious. I don't think we could take out a Moab with this little garbage team here. Churchill's strong, but he's not, I don't use Churchill. I know a lot of people think they're like his favorite or he's the strongest, but to me, he's just kind of like, I don't know. We'll see what happens right here. See, look at, he's not doing it. I'm going to have to use, I mean, maybe. but I feel like it's only because of him, because he cleans it up so well. So now he's a little bit stronger now. He's at level 7. Can he take down these? And he can. Okay, and then he can clean up whatever's left. But I'm going to go for a tower that's super weird. Super weird. You're going to be like, what are you doing over here? And we're going to put it here, which is also very weird, but you'll see why. And we're going to get it up to a 4-2-0. I never use this tower. But I do know that when you do use the Bloon Crush after you spend a crazy amount of money, he stalls the balloons so bad that you can't attack them with anything. That's why he's all the way back here in like La La Land, because if not, he'd freeze them right here and then nobody could attack him and we'd sit here for like 10 years. But I think I am going to recycle a tower here though, the Glaive Lord again, because there's no chance. Like we're lagging a little bit here. I don't see us actually getting to 59,000 with what we have, because look, I mean, we can use our abilities, yes, but I don't want to have to be reliant on that. And we can take down balloons really well because that was super clean, but it'd be just so much easier to use this and then get 59,000, because I think we can make it all the way with exactly what we have here. Now at the time of making this video, this tower just keeps getting buffed, and that's why it's really good, cheap one to use. And I don't even know if it has a limit yet. I think it's like up in the 90s, right? Like I don't think it can take DDTs, so that's probably its problem, but we're gonna get our 59,000 with 0 issues. And I think we could probably even take on these double ZOMGs without even upgrading, which we can do. Can we actually? Oh my goodness, you're just too good. But I don't want to be crazy about it, so we'll just grab our Bloon Crush. And here's what I was talking about. It holds them all there. And another plea to Ninja Kiwi, please make a super fast forward. It makes my life so much easier. I wish I didn't have to use mods to do it, because it makes the game act super crazy. And I feel like I lose more because I use super speed, because it like breaks the game. Anyways, look at normal speed. After you use super speed, normal speed's so slow. So something like the Bloon Crush makes me feel like I'm the Flash and I'm listening to a conversation in my speed force time while everyone's talking like, you know, that's what I feel like with this stuff. But this is really cool. It keeps it there. So then this guy can just keep swinging on it over and over and over, with Churchill doing some damage too. It's a really, really clean setup. And if I'm not mistaken, DDT should be no problem. Okay, yeah, he just holds them there. 95 could be a little scary, but we can combat that. Yeah, no big deal, to be honest. Because what makes me feel good about it is that no balloon can get past this guy. Like, yes, Moab class can, but not one single balloon can get past his little death circle there, which is nice. So as long as we break them down, which we're doing, there's no threat to us. 98 could be a little scary, but if it does, I mean, I feel like we should just use Shattering Shells. We know how good it is. Like right now, this would be a lot easier too, because it just looks like just fortified Moabs are causing this much struggle and getting all the way to this guy, which just shouldn't be happening, because this is where they should be destroyed, like right here. But it's just such a good synergy. You probably hear that word a lot playing this game, but just look at it. We stall him with this one, and then this one does all the damage. It's so beautiful, and it's primary, so they both get the benefits of the primary training. Honestly, we should have been using this so they'll get more range too, right? But then I don't want this guy's range to be too crazy, because then he's going to be like shooting him all the way up here, and we'll never be able to end this game. But we still have $50,000. I'm trying to do that for every single map, just have tons of money so you guys can expand your knowledge of the game and just kind of go crazy. But let's speed this up a little bit and see if we can take down 97. I don't see why we shouldn't. But look, this is super speed times 3, and it's still taking this long. So could you imagine on normal speed? Let's check it out. Even with this guy just hacking away at it, that's crazy. So I think maybe it might be better to have the boomer here, because then he'll have an actual hit on it, and then keep this guy back there. But I like having him here for safety, because he can hit here, here, and here, which is just really nice to have. Now this is the round I was worried about, and what I'm gonna do for a last chance Hail Mary is I'll throw this one down and just put a permaspike for any cleanup. Maybe, actually, we'll even have that much time. I act like I'm so quick or something, but no, this is actually going pretty good. It's this one that could let us down. He's our bottleneck, because if he slows down or can't slow them all down, then we're just going to get overwhelmed by this one over here, and then game over. But Churchill's doing really good. He has 260,000 pops, but nothing in comparison to my boomer. So I don't know, like, is he worth it? You know what I just realized? Oh my goodness, we can't even pop the bad with this. Oh no, I forgot. What a dummy. So we are gonna buy one of these and put this here, because if not, we're done for. Let's put it on strong too, so it can help against these DDTs. And let's barrage too. Like, why have a hero if we're not going to use him? Because that's a really strong ability. Now for this, we have to use it. You will not win, because Bloon Crush, his slowdown does absolutely nothing to the bad. And this guy's like, okay. So you basically just have a Churchill fighting the entire bad on its own. So you have to use something like this. And if you're on a water map, I'd use a First Strike, is way better. But this works too. Look, it's still a little scary. It's still making it farther than I thought it would. That's crazy. But it was so low on health that the DDTs disappear, which is pretty nice. And you just do that, and then game over. Pretty cool. Still at $33,000 left. Could have slowed some stuff down if you wanted to. But that is enough of my boy Churchill. Let's be real. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to use Gwendolyn again, and I'll show you why. Because this map is really fun for a certain reason. I don't know why. I just enjoy doing this. But what we're going to be doing is the Axis of Havoc. If you've never gotten it before, you're going to get an achievement today for having all 3 snipers on chimps mode. So all we're going to do is just like get this going with, how about let's just do 2 for now. So put one there so I can see up the track. And that should be enough, right? Ooh, almost not? That's crazy. Probably should have just started with a sniper since we're doing a sniper strat. What are we doing here? Don't be stupid. Okay, we're going to put this here on last and then put this one on strong. But I want it to be in like a good... We need like 3 of them. So I think like right there. Yeah, that's not bad. And now you're good because the sniper has about like 25 minutes to attack. So there's nothing that's going to get to the very end anytime soon. And I think we can get Gwen right away. The weird thing is though, is we're going to be putting Gwen in the back because I want her to heat them up. I don't know if that's really a good plan, but I don't care. And I'm not really going to be using her for like main attacking because the sniper should be able to handle that on their own. So this could happen too. I don't like when that happens when I'm on strong. It's kind of it's my fault for doing it. So maybe you should just put it on first. But that might be too much for us actually. Is it? No way. Sniper, really? Sniper, no sniping? Oh no. Well, we're gonna have 3 snipers, so might as well start with that. Then we'll get our Gwen. I just want her as quick as possible because our heated up doesn't matter until like way later in her leveling. So it's kind of a waste. But I just have 3 snipers on first and then my 1 dart monkey. I feel like this is pretty cool. I like it. And as far as our girl goes, I think she needs to be in range of does she not heat him up over here then? Oh, that could be bad. Well, I'm gonna put her here. I mean, the worst case scenario, we have a cool fire thing, but if she doesn't heat him up, what a noob. And our first upgraded sniper is gonna be this one. It's gonna stay on first and be a 022 because it's just really good and it just handles everything that we're gonna have problems with. And then if we need to, we have Gwen there to like save our backs there. But then this one, we're gonna be grabbing it to a strong and going full metal jacket up to even faster firing. So now we have all of our camo covered, all of our lead covered. And then we're just upgrading to a 024 on that first sniper for full auto rifle. And he's going to take down the Moab with no problems. But then we want to cover like lead camo later on. I know it's like, 20 rounds away, but let's just start working on it now. We're going to get all the way up to bouncing bullet, full metal jacket, and large caliber. Now we got this really good team here. But wait, there's more. Get our sniper up to deadly precision. And now he's even more of a boss. And now everything should pretty much just stay there until we get the elite defender, and then we're going to grab a village too. Now, if you've never done it before, the Axis of Havoc is having 3 5th-tier snipers. Now, back in the day, it wasn't that fun because on chimps mode, it has to be on chimps mode too, by the way. It wasn't that fun because the middle path gives you money, supply drop, and it wasn't that good. And so you couldn't get the money because you're on chimps, and then you couldn't really do anything with it because it wasn't good. And same with the top path up the Cripple Moab. All it did was slow them down and make them a little bit weaker. But now the Cripple Moab is an absolute monster, and this one's really good solo on its own. So you just have this really, really good team. So now we have 2 of the 3 5th tiers, and we get to start working on this one. He's camoed, so we don't have to worry about it. Main Moab's gonna slow everything down even more, but these guys will attack it, which is awesome. So the problem I'm having is right here. This guy stays on elite, which elite, I believe it targets strong until it shouldn't anymore, and then it goes to first. But I don't agree with that because the slower ones, let them do their thing. I think this is better just to have them on first, right? Now it could be argued, I believe it's like the middle path's better for this one. So Cripple Moab with the middle because it does damage around it and stuff, but I like attacking faster and I don't think it matters. But then again, you are getting a speed buff from the elite sniper, so now he's already faster. So he wouldn't be that slow, but it doesn't matter. We already have it. So now we have this really like crazy team already. There's your Axis of Havoc. You got your achievement. I don't know if you have to win with it. I think that would make sense, but we will see. I'm a little worried about the DDT, so I'm going to grab MIB so we can pop everything, but I don't think this is going to work. This is really bad. I thought it was going to be better. So we have to put him on first too? Oh, wow. Let's have Gwen help out a little bit. We need to upgrade a little bit here. This is awful. So I think what we should do is just grab some glue here and go all the way down to this one. I know that sounds crazy, but now we can actually have time to attack it because we'll take everything out and then he'll slow him down for us. And are they getting heated up or just this one? I'm not seeing heated up. Where'd it go? Come on, guys. Here it is, heated up. Okay, they all get it, even if she's not in range. That's perfect, I love it. Now, we do need shattering shells for this. I'm 100% gonna get it. And of course, we don't have enough for it yet. This one's actually a little bit of a struggle. The snipers would be better on like Cubism, I swear. Or maybe I should have actually gone with the right cross path for this one. And it's weird leaving them on first because you're just wasting pops, but whatever. It gets the job done, I guess. So we're just gonna put this one, yeah, this is a good spot, just like right in the beginning. Now, are we going to be okay on like 95 and 98 and 99? Like, we have some wonky stuff here. I think what we'll do, since the DDTs aren't our biggest concern, we will just put like a regular glue gunner here, and he won't decamo or he won't hit the DDTs, but at least he'll slow everything else down so we can start attacking a little sooner. Here it is. And we have a 0-2-4. Is that enough though? Yeah, that should be fine, right? Oh yeah, it's still good. We're still good. We still got the A team over here. Oh my goodness. This is so gross. We've never been down this much to the wire. I don't know if it's that big of a deal. It's just kind of weird, right? But remember, all of my panicking is from not using abilities too. Like if we use Gwen's ability, we'd probably do a lot better. I just rather not, because if you are using this as a guide, like it's hard to time it, right? You've watched some before and you're like, oh, you used the ability like a little bit before me, so it wasn't there for me when I went to do it. Oh my gosh, are we gonna lose here? No, we're good, right? Because this guy will take them all out. Okay, it's because he's attacking first. That's the problem. If he would just attack when he needs to, like Elite, but Elite's not that good. Like, we'll just try it for this at the very end. How about that? So we still have $27,000 left. We're doing just fine. We could have done a lot more things. So I'm happy with this. Not the worst run. Could have slowed things down with like a Bloon Sabotage. We could have actually first striked this one. Or maybe put a glue gunner back here where it actually would have mattered. But we did it. We're flying high with this one. We're going to be using Etienne because we're on Candy Falls. And I'm going to go with boats and planes strats. We're going to change it up a little bit from what we did earlier. We're going to lead with a boat because I believe it can hit everything since it has 3 paths to hit, which is awesome. And this is such a long track. So if you like miss your spot, you're waiting forever to hit it again. So that's why I prefer boats on this one. And just boats are fun with candy because I think of Oompa Loompa, you know, that movie, just like these little Easter eggs over here. And then they're on a boat, right? So to get us all the way to Etienne, I decided just to use a 0-1-0 grape shot because I feel like it would be fine, and it is. So then we're going to throw our Etienne, I think here too, so he can hit all 3. I mean, why not, right? Because Etienne can't be buffed by, like, let's say, an Alchemist. So if I needed to put an Alchemist on the boat, it wouldn't hit him too and waste it, which is nice. Now, if Etienne can solo the camos at the end of around 37 without, well, I mean, you could just use an ability too, but if he can do this, we don't even need to upgrade. I'm going to do it just to be safe. Yeah, we'll be fine with the ability. We should have done it a little sooner. But look, now I can get the boat for this, which is awesome. And I think he should be level 8 by the time we get to 42. So we don't even need any villages. And now we can, oh my gosh, 4 round 40. I love beginner maps. Did I say that enough? And if it was meant to be, we're going to get level 8 before round 42. So we don't have to buy any camo upgrades. This is awesome. I'm thinking we can carry this all the way to carrier flagship. And so far we're rocking 2 towers chimps. You gotta be kidding me. We have 2 towers on the map and now we have a 5th tier already. That is so cool. So I'm going to put this one here. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want to use center path. I want it to stay like this, right? Because what I'm thinking is I'm going to get the Sky Shredder again because I think that's just an awesome tower. But I want it to stay here so it can just keep attacking this area, not like going around the whole track. Because if you go centered path, like we don't need it all the way up there in the moon. We need it here. And even before round 80, our 3rd tower, a Sky Shredder. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. And then remember, we do have Etienne's ability we can use, and he's going to be level 20 soon, so we can just use it like full time all the time. Now, one thing I do want to do is use a glue gunner here, since we have the natural camo. But the thing is, too, I believe this guy really benefits from an alchemist, so I want to place that here too first. And now this thing should be like super strong, because the one thing I'm worried about is DDTs, of course. So if I can slow them down, but I don't want to glue, I don't want to be alchemisted though, is a problem. So how about right here? That's a solid spot. And remember, a 2-4-0 on strong, and I think that should cover everything, hopefully. So here's our first set of DDTs. I want to see how they come out of here. Okay, so actually pretty instant, so I'm not worried about it. And then if we needed to, we can use Etienne's thing, so we might be able to just get by with what we have. Are you kidding me? There's no way, right? Like, are we serious? Are we serious? Dude, Etienne's so good. He's one of my favorite heroes for sure. Like, next to Sada, I think it's Sada, Ben, and Etienne, and then we're good. Like, that's all you need in this game, honestly, and you're good. You don't need anybody else. You can have other towers or heroes just to have some fun, but Etienne, Sada, well, no, that's not true. If we didn't have Oben, I wouldn't run, like, the Ninja strat or the Druid strat, and I have to still show you the Ninja strat because that one's really fun. Here's 98, and it's finally getting a little farther. We have $60,000 though. What do we do with that much money? And buy something, right? So we don't lose. But what would we even buy? Like, you could buy a boomerang at the end and you're fine. You could buy a spike factory at the end and you're fine. But now Etienne's level 20, so we got that full on attack, so we don't even need that. Honestly, I don't want to buy anything. I don't want to. You can't make me. I can use my ability here and then use the other ability there, and then now we got like all this stuff attacking. Yeah, like I don't even need my use the $67,000 however you want. I don't need it. Oh my goodness, what a cool strat. I've never used this like this. I don't think. I kind of stay away from the Sky Shredder, but that was really good. Since we've saved up some money from beating all these other maps on chimps, I think it's time to actually get a new hero, and we're gonna get Adora. I personally, she's not top of my list, but a lot of people do like her, so I figured let's try to use her in a strategy here. And it's Winter Park, so it's not too difficult, but it's not the easiest beginner, I'd say, but it is pretty fun because you got those 4 little corners that all have a spot, so you can technically put like attack everywhere if you wanted to be goofy about it. So I think a good start for this, or a simple start for that matter, would just be to put a dart here, because then you can cover here and here, and then maybe one like in this spot, and that might be enough. Maybe we don't need 3 darts. Oh yeah, that's pretty clean. I think we could probably get all the way to Adora, but 1,080 is kind of a lot of money for this hero. And I hate on her a lot and I feel bad for that. But the problem is because 1, she costs a lot. 2, she's not Sada. And 3, well, 4 and 3 and 5, she doesn't pop camo. She can't pop purple. And her ability can't solo a Moab. So she's just kind of a weird tower or weird hero in my opinion. Can I take this out, or am I going to have to like pop a sniper? Okay, that was a little scary. Just one blue balloon almost took me down. So I thought I was gonna be able to do it, and I cannot. So I'm just gonna throw another dart here, and I hope that can clean up the rest of this, because we got a few things going on. Okay, that's not big a deal. So I think a good spot for her will just be literally right here in the front. Oh, do I not have her yet? Oh my gosh, I need a couple more bucks. Okay, right here, because then I can get the front and the back and the side and the whole shebang right there. And I might have missed where she can't hit the, oh, I should have put it to where she could hit the end too. Oh well, it's not that big of a deal. She is really strong though once you place her down, but again, Sada's better, because I could literally place Sada right here and then she could just defend on her own for a while until I decide and get my head on straight what I actually want to do for this map. Now, the first thing I thought of, I don't know why, I just think of subs. I think subs are a great one for this. Like, you know, the bottom path sub commander, but this pool's not big enough for everybody. So I had another idea as well. I'm gonna try something here and hope that it works. We're gonna go with a Dartling, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but here's our camo. So our camo's covered. We have our lead covered. So we have everything we need, but we're gonna go with a bottom path. And once you get buckshot, it just shoots really, really slow. And it's strong, don't get me wrong, but it is slow. So luckily we do have Adora there. Now I'm thinking they're a good combo together. Now, if we can get up to Bloon area denial system, that'll be super easy. And then it'll shoot like, I'm not sure if this is the best spot for it, but it's going to be a pretty solid spot, I'd have to say. But 12,000 is a lot, and I don't know if that'll actually take down the Moab. It should, because the buckshot is a lot stronger than it looks like. But at the same time, it can be a little slow. We'll see right here if it actually works. So see right there how we missed that. So you might have to do it yourself, or we can just get like a camo village. But as far as the Moab goes, you know, we're going to try. We're going to try it. Again, I'm coming up with these on the fly. So that's why I'm kind of skeptical on what I want to do. And there's strategies that I haven't necessarily tried in a long time, or there's towers I don't really use together. Like I never use Adora. But I think if we shotgun it a lot and then use her ability, I don't know if her ability is like adds any damage, or does it just go across the whole track? I feel like that's how that works. But it got the job done, I think. Okay, Adora saved the day on that one. That was goofy. Look at these camos just walking right through us if I wasn't there. I'm just so close to the Bloon area denial that I have to get it. So I'm going to use this ability again here, because I just don't know what I want to use yet for the rest of this map, because we're not going to be able to get to the $60,000 option with this one. I guarantee it. Like, target Bloon area denial system is pretty good, but it's not the best. So now we got this here. We'll put on target independent so we don't even have to do the work. This one's great. It'll last us a while, but $62,000 is in fact a lot of money, and I'm a little nervous about it. But I wonder if we buff it, does that matter or no? Like for the ceramics and stuff like this maybe? And you may wonder why I switch between like bottom path or middle path sometimes for the Berserker, but this one throws it faster and that one makes it last longer. So I don't know. I think there's a debate out there which one's better, but I don't really think it matters at the end of the day. But a good judge to see how a tower is going to do is watching it against the Moabs, right? Because if it takes down the first Moab like before this corner and then the second one, that means I can make it all the way to around 60 without having to worry about anything. We'll take it down. And it did. Okay, so yeah, we can take down 57, no problem, because I'm not targeting it, so we can just move it around, which is no big deal. But then 59 is going to be a problem because you have an alchemist providing your camo detection or your lead detection for your camo leads, and that won't be good. So I think this will be the best option at this point, would be to make Adora C camo, which is just a big waste of money, but it gets the job done. Now 63, I don't think this will work. So I'm thinking maybe just throw in like an easy bomb. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. That will probably take care of it for sure. That might actually take us to the end that we need. That's pretty funny. I'm gonna do that. Just go like this, and then we should probably be able to get to 60 with like no big deal. So here's 75, which is usually awful, but this guy is just, I mean, I hate to say the word out loud, but goated. He's goated. Look at him, 38,000, and he's doing everything he needs to do. I don't think I would have gotten past 63, which is this one. Maybe on, if I targeted it myself, but on independent, it's kind of gross. But now we just need $20,000 or $18,000. I don't know, can we do it? We still have Adora's ability if we need it, and she is a really strong hero, like let's be real. So here's our first ZOMG on 80, and we almost missed it. But luckily we only need 2,000 until the next one, so I'm not worried about it because I have an ability. So we're actually gonna make it there with no problems, and we don't have to do anything. I don't even think we'll need the ability. We don't. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. And now for sure what we have to do is get this to the Monkey Intelligence Bureau, because I do not trust this Garbo Donkey for the, you know, the DDTs we're just gonna get wrecked on. So since we spent a lot on this 5th tier, like 60 something thousand plus however much it costs to get there, I want to focus on this tower. I don't want to have to buy a perma spike at the end. I don't want to have to buy a glaive Rickalord. I just want to keep what I have. And so I think the best way of doing that is to use what we have. So I'm gonna stick with this tower as being our main tower. We're gonna use what we've used before, and I'm gonna show you like cool things. Like we've already done the glue and this one a lot, but we're gonna try to use the sabotage over here as well, because I'm thinking we can just get by with this as our main tower. We don't have to buy another big one, but you end up spending a lot of money when you do this, to be completely honest. Can I fit this there or no? How about there? Well, do I want it there though? I kind of want it there, right? I think that's a better spot, but I want to catch the ones that we miss. So I want it there, but I don't want to get it alchemisted. So maybe here. All right, I give up. I'm just putting it there. And then we're going to grab one of these. It doesn't matter where you put it because it's not going to do any damage. It's just for this upgrade right here, the Bloons Sabotage. And then if we need to, if we get a little scared, if Bloons make it too far down this path, we can just slow them down. So usually on rounds like 95, 98, or 99. Sometimes I even get 2 of them, so I can do it on 98 and 99 so I don't have to worry about it. And then another one I really like is this one right here. We're going to grab it. We're going to get it up to a Moab press and put it on that one, and then put it on strong. And it's going to actually shoot them back. You're going to see them go whoop, 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 whoop. That's the best way to explain it, but it's working. Now in theory, everything should stay right there. Like it shouldn't move, hopefully, and shouldn't get past this point, and we can just keep decimating it. But we can even add more to make sure that happens, which I really like. Let's do that. So we'll add this one here, and now it's going to stall them even more. Yeah, dude, this is easy. Because what happens is I've bought in this tower and lost on chimps so many times, which is why I'm kind of just like reinforcing it. We have every stall we can have besides the ice tower, because you just don't like it. You know, you got through all that work just to get dunked on because you spent $60,000 on the wrong tower. You don't want that. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna slow it down because we didn't even use the sabotage. I'm gonna slow it as soon as the big old bads popped, and that was super easy. What'd you expect though, right? We're on carved. I'm gonna stick with Adora one more time at least, just because I feel like she does need to get her love every now and then, because she is a decent hero. I will never say it again, but she is a decent hero. I just said it twice. This is the last time you're gonna hear it. Now, I like this one because it looks really cool when you have a bunch of spikes there. So I'm gonna do a spike strategy. That's all my goal is right now. So I think the best way to start would be to, let me see, would this cover a lot of the track? Dude, let's just do that. Will that work? We can make this like faster too. I like that. Now we're gonna have to wait if he misses. That's kind of a bummer. So we'll have to wait for it to get around here, but I don't see us having a problem. And then he can hit right there if he needs to. That's not bad. And now we have advanced intel. So he's gonna hit him up there, which is awesome. Now, generally I'd put everything up here so we can go a little bit faster, but I think this is the safest option, is kind of like in this direction. So then you have all this room to attack. And luckily with Adora, she doesn't really have to be like straight on with the track. She can just be at whatever angle, kind of like the ninja. I always forget camo, so I luckily just upgraded that one at the last second, and then hopefully he'll help out. Okay, that was super scary. It's kind of dumb of me, but whatever. Now, whenever I need something just to like destroy for me while I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to do or get to my next tower build, I just do this. I just put a submarine down all the way to armor piercing darts, but first I'll get it to triple guns, then buy my stronger stimulant, my berserker brew, then back to armor piercing, and then go back to stronger swim. It's back and forth, just because I want to make sure I can get there in time. But this is a guaranteed way to pop a Moab on any beginner map, most intermediates, because you saw it get defeated real quick right there. Now, the only thing bad with this setup is that if he misses the camo, we can't pop camo. Nobody over here can, so that's kind of a scary thing. And I can't decide if I want my spikes here, which I think is a good spot. See what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We might just lose here. I'm going to see if we'll lose. Good, we didn't. Okay, I'm going to add some more camo here. We'll put a village right here. There we go. Now everybody's stronger anyway. But I can't decide if I want this here or up here, because I feel like if I have carpet of spikes, it's going to go everywhere, right? But it does that little initial bang bang over there. So I think here would be a good spot in case I'm like missing. So yeah, I think this is a better, safer spot. Now, I definitely don't think I can beat 63 like this, but we do have an ability. So if we can't, I can use it. I mean, that's a little ugly, right? Are we getting lucky? No, we're not, right? Like that's just us. And then I could use her first ability for that second rush and then use this one for the third rush. I mean, that's not my favorite way to win, but it gets the job done. But we're gonna have to upgrade here anyway. We're just not strong enough. And there's no way we're getting to 45,000 with this kind of junky setup. So I think a good thing to do, because we can pop Moab class easily with this guy going sharper shredding Moabs and this guy just destroying everything. So I'm thinking we need something to clean up. So I feel like just this would be fine. Just like one boomer. Not the Glaive Lord. We don't need to go that hard. Just this one, because it's such a cleaner upper. Because we'll take them all down, no big deal. And then he'll just like stop them all. Easy. Okay, 75 is a little rough, but we do have Adora's ball if we need it. No, dude, this boomerang's too good. He's too good. Oh my goodness. Okay, all we need to do is get 45,000. Dude, beginner maps are so much fun. You get to just completely, I'm so used to losing. You have no idea. Like on advanced, like if you're on off the coast right now, you only have this part of the track. Like that's as big as off the coast is. And so you're like, oh my gosh. But this literally, you can just do whatever you want. Like let's say, I'm not even upgrade, because let's say you accidentally bought something that I don't have, you know? Trying to use this as a strat. Look, that's 78. Like it's that big of a deal. Like it's nothing. Now we can just buy it, call it a day, and we're done. And don't you just love it? It fills up the entire track, so it looks like he has like a mustache or a beard. I think that's hilarious. Now we need something to take down. Well, okay, so this thing's awesome. It takes down the Moab class because it just throws so many spikes, and then it also cleans up Bloons. But I'd say it's more of a taker-outer than a cleaner-upper, right? Like it kind of seems weird, but like see how far they make it when they're trying to clean up? So I'm wondering what's a good tower to go along with it in this case. Okay, totally experimental, but I really want to try it. This is a great tower in general, right? We know that. We've used it a lot to clean up 63. If I would have known I was going to do this, I would have just done it on 63. But we're going to go with Bomb Blitz. Now, generally, it's better to get Bomb Blitz middle path, I believe. And it's also better to not use it on Chimps mode, because its whole thing is that if one Bloon makes it off the screen, it'll destroy everything on the screen, which is a really, really cool thing. But in this case, if you lose any Bloons, you lose. So it might be a complete bad idea to use this on Chimps, but I mean, whatever. Let's give it a shot. We got our Bomb Blitz and let's take it out. Might as well get some primary training. Ooh, primary mentoring too. Let's just make this range super crazy. Is it pretty good? I'd say it's pretty good. Now, these two alone should do this whole thing. Like if it doesn't, I'm pretty upset about it, to be completely honest, but I don't know. Because I'm not sure how this thing reacts to DDTs. I don't think it can hit them because it's like a black Bloon thing, or, well, it doesn't matter. I think this does it. And remember, I'm still keeping all these abilities here, so we have a really good backup if we need to. Like this little lightning ball she has is amazing. I mean, he's getting a lot of pops, 300,000 versus 450,000, so it's doing pretty good. But it's just making a little too far down the track. Little nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie. Like, cause I don't know if these ceramics will make it, and if they do go through, then we're kind of just dunked on. But then I could just use the two abilities at the end and call it a day. So I'll have my hotkeys on 3 and 4 just in case. But let's not be dumb about this. We do have a lot of money and we're almost on 98, which can be really tough. So how about, obviously we could just go with like an easy glue gunner, a cool boomerang. But I think we're gonna do a little bit different here. I just like to have some fun. We're going, actually, do this. What am I thinking? Just go like this. All the way up. This one's so good. If you've never used it, it's such a good stall. It literally just holds everything there and allows you to pummel it. It's like the top path Bloon Crush that we use in Alpine Run, but better because it's half the price and it doesn't just, oh, it's not awful. It actually just is really good. Oh yeah, this is easy. The only downside to using this tower, and the reason why I kind of stay away from it if I can, is because of 100. It does absolutely nothing for round 100. It's the worst for round 100 because the bad does nothing to it. But I think with what we have here, we should be okay. Like we can just keep using the spikes and then using her ball of lightning and using her ability. And look, we're already almost broken down to that 3rd tier already. Oh yeah, that was, oh Jeez. But she's only making it to level 15 by the end of 100. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. Can someone explain to me why I did Alpine Run before everything else? Did my head just like kind of have a problem and I just went from Candy Falls to Alpine Run? Why was I going in this pattern? That's super weird. But we're going back to Oban for Park Path because I'm going to use one of my other favorite strategies in this entire game, which honestly doesn't need Oban. I usually do it with Sada, and she's the best for this, but I mean, it really doesn't matter because it's just that good. And now a good starting point would just be pretty much anything. So I guess we'll just put weird spots. I'm gonna put a dart there, and then I'm gonna put another dart here. And the reason why is it's gonna like clean here, and then it'll clean that way too. Same with this one, I'll go here, and then that way when it spins back around. We should be able to get through it just two. Oh, that's really bad. Oh, that's really bad. I think I'll just add my third one in there just to be safe, because when he shoots, it actually shoots up there too, which is nice. And then I'm hoping I can make it to Oban with just these three, but starting off with 3 dart monkeys always just so gross to me, you know? And a ninja can start off with an Oban now, so we should have probably just done that, but this strategy will be fun either way, it doesn't matter. Now, Oban doesn't really matter where you place him. I'm just gonna place him, how about like right here? That's a good spot. Or how about there? Because then he can hit the front and the back, and when he gets more range, he'll be able to hit here, there, and there. Ooh, that's pretty good. I like that a lot. And now the best tower right here. We're gonna place it, I think right there is a good spot, actually. Like, yeah, like how about, yeah, right there's fine. I don't mind it. It's fine. And I just love that once you buy this Druid of the Jungle, you really don't have to worry about anything. Lead's covered, all balloons are covered because it's such a long track. And then on 24, we will have camo. And unless I buy something from my darts, I do have to remember to use brambles. And in case Oban accidentally puts it at the front, I am going to use it right at the beginning of the level. So right there. Okay, and it puts it at the very end. Come on, Oban. What are you doing? We don't have all day for this stuff. Now, if you haven't guessed it already, we're going with Spirit of the Forest. It is my favorite tower in the game. So I thought it'd be fun on this map because it'll go around the whole track. And it's just really cool. It's a fun tower to use. And it's really good. It didn't used to be good. Like, it was just a tower you'd use just to say you did. But now it's actually very, very, very viable in Chimps mode because it just cleans up everything. It's so much better than a permaspike in my opinion. It's fun to get to, and he just destroys everything in the meantime with this cool little $1,100 upgrade. And now we don't have to do nothing except for worry about some camos here. Now the problem is it can't pop Moab class, so I don't know what to do about that. I'm thinking we just keep it simple. Like how, oh my gosh, this will be fun. Okay, now we are going to gamble here a little bit. Not something I recommend, but I need to make sure that Oban just pops the camo on his own on 33. So we're gonna use our ability, and it should be enough, I would hope. Oh, it won't, will it? No, it will not. So I'm actually gonna do this. Okay, that was a bad idea. We're just gonna get this for now. The reason why is because Oban needs to be able to pop 100 brambles. He doesn't get it till level 7. That would have been bad. I don't think it'll cover all of them because on a beginner map, he doesn't level up his experience enough. So in the future run, I would not put this guy there, but I mean, it worked. So I'm gonna do the same thing on 36 too, just to make sure in case this guy can't pop everything, which it looks like he can. Oh yeah, that's actually really good. I'm proud of him. Didn't even need the bramble, but I am gonna use it on 37 too, just for those last white balloons. And then I'm just kind of just deciding what I wanna do here. I do wanna get Jungle's Bounty, but I'm not entirely sure if this will handle the first Moab. So I'm thinking, let's just do this. Let's just buy this for the first Moab. Now for this will be fine. Just whatever comes out of this, not a big deal. We have all our brambles. And then I am going to grab some camo so we don't have to worry about that problem again. Now, like we did earlier, what I'm gonna do is test if this guy can take out the Moab on its own. If it can, not using the ability, because I don't wanna have to think about it, I'm gonna not buy anything. Okay, I don't know if that's good. I'm trying to think about like for round 57 when we have multiple Moabs, but I'm trying to get straight to this guy like immediately. So it's getting a little bit overwhelming, and I do have this guy on strong. And what I'm trying to do is get straight to the Spirit of the Forest. So once we get there, we pretty much console the rest of it. And if you haven't guessed, I plan on using this guy just throughout it too, just because it's not the best Moab popper, but this guy is, right? And then we'll have its ability too for that bat at the end. So I'm thinking if these two console all the way, that'd be kind of fun. But I'm worried about 57. Oh, guess I'm not. Okay, this isn't bad at all. We got this. Now here is a big problem. We cannot not take down 63. And honestly, I don't know if we're gonna be able to take down this one. I'm gonna have to put this right here for now just to be on the safe side. Put my tree down just in case, just in case. Yeah, I would have needed that for sure. Oh, wow. Can we take 63 or no? This guy's usually really strong and there's a lot of room on this track, but I don't know. Oh, he does. Okay, he's that strong. Oh my goodness. Now, I would not recommend this on a shorter map. I definitely would not. I would throw down that recursive cluster like we've been doing. I'd throw down like an ice tower, be really good for here too. That'd be a really good tower for slowing down some balloons. But for this all case purposes, just use Spirit of the Forest. Such a good tower. Okay, so we've made it this far, and all I've done is I've upgraded this because primary mentoring gives you a faster ability cooldown. I have not even touched the ability, which I think is pretty funny. I'm going to revamp my tree. That's the only time I've used it is when you saw it earlier. And then I have him on strong and I've upgraded his range because it was free for the first one. And then these two have just been carrying it. We have $46,000. I don't think we actually have to do anything else because if it does start getting a little crazy, I could just use his ability because look at all these blue. Oh, okay. Okay. DDT's not so good. How do we get past the DDT? We just need a tower that takes things down. So we don't really have to stress about it too much. So what would that be? So I keep wanting to do like fun or something unique, but honestly, what's always good is this. Just throwing this down will give you so much more love and you don't even have to spend that much money. So when these things start flying out, they're immediately going to be slowing down. So if this guy can't take him out, which he can, Oben can take him out. So it's just kind of ridiculous. Why would you spend money on a 5th tier you don't need, you know? And you don't need anything for the bad because this guy will solo the bad. So the only thing I'm actually a little bit worried about is 98. Because look at even, what is this, 5 ZOMGs. Who cares? I'm on strong. I'm going to take them all down and he can take down BFBs and below very, very simply. But can he take down some fortified ZOMGs? Who cares? Just use your ability and it regenerates like instantly almost. So just hit it twice. I love this. This is a fun combo. You guys should try this one. Now here it is. Here's what I was a little worried about, but I think we'll be okay. It's because of the Spirit of the Forest. It's just so good. Like normally you'd be like, oh my gosh, there's all these balloons. It's so scary. But Spirit's like, nah, I don't worry about this. Hold my Alchemist Brew, my stronger stimulant. And then 99 I'm a little nervous about, but again, we slow everything down, so it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. Now start using the ability and game over. You have $76,999. That's ridiculous. Now, I think honestly that Oben's tree will take down the DDTs. Oh, or just do that, I guess. Oh my goodness. I don't even have to fight anything. This is silly. This is silly juice. I love it though. Things are about to get a little weird on Frozen Over, but I think you're gonna like it. This is a strat I learned from Chom. If you've ever seen any of his videos, he does a lot of crazy strategies, but back in the day, he taught me about this one with the Alchemist. Unfortunately, we can't get there just yet because the Alchemist, not that great of a tower on its own. So to get there, since we're gonna be using Oben, I think a magic strat would just be pretty solid. So let's actually put, trying to think of the best place to do this. I think this is a good spot, to be completely honest. And then we'll throw a dart monkey back here just for good measure in case we get like a little too worked up. I don't know if this is the best spot for this, but this is called the Cookie Monster strat, or the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde is what I like to call it, because it's always gone by the Cookie Monster, but it looks, I mean, the whole point of it's like, you know, he's a scientist, he's having his fun, he drinks his concoction. Oh, he's crazy. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, right? Okay, I'm really struggling on where I want to put Oben. I think right here is pretty good, but I just don't know if it's the best. I'm just gonna do it. I'm a little nervous about my placement, but we'll take it. Now, normally I'm just doing what I usually do, and we're going with a basic little strategy here. And don't mind this Alchemist. He's not a part of the crew. He's just the normal Alchemist that we use because we need to take down that Moab. So now if I'm butchering this strategy, don't hate me. I think I've used it once, but basically you're gonna go all the way up the middle on Stable Concoctions and you're gonna get Transforming Tonic. It turns Alchemist into a powerful attack monster for 20 seconds. So it is an ability tower, but that's not the one we care about. We care about Total Transformation, which turns nearby monkeys, 5 of them, into the same attack monster. Now, I don't know which ones are best to use, but I think like any 1st tier or 2nd tier, 3rd tier, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna let's just throw some more Alchemist, make it fun, right? And then they just kind of destroy everything in their path. Now, the problem is we have to use this tower, and I'm not the best with it, so I'm gonna have my tree here for backup. So on its own, it's not that good. It's just an unstable concoction, and then we have this little mess here. So I'm glad I put my tree down. So in that case, we do have to use our ability more often. So I don't think this is the best setup for right now. We need something else to help us clean up. And I'm trying to think about what to use. So if I could get this guy in range of the village, which I can't, that's kind of a bummer. Basically, I'm just trying to get us to that top tower. So I think we'll just go with another recursive. I think that's a solid choice. It'll take out 63 for sure. Yeah, it's not even making it to the tree. So I love this tower. It's just so broken. Use it as much as you can, guys, because look, it's not even getting there. Oh, we got a couple in the tree. It's just kind of insane that this guy costs 48,000, but like once you use it, like look how good it is. It's really good, and that's just him normally, and you have the Oben buff, so it just gets a little silly, but we need to get 48,000 for it to actually be useful to us. And this is the only round I'd be worried that something would happen. So let me check my tree, and of course nothing's in it because we haven't used it. But now here, I think we should just go for it, and then it'll roll over into 76. Yeah, that's perfect. That's awesome. And then we're almost there already. It just, he's so useless getting there. Like he just has an ability every now and then, but now we got the buddy, so we're cool. Is it gonna break through? I mean, if it does, we could just use our cool ability that we got now, which is awesome. And now I think I'm just gonna throw, what, some ninjas around? Just let's throw 5 ninjas. They're cool. They're buds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And now if I use it, well, I don't want to use it at the wrong time. We'll use it in this next ability here on this one right there. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty strong. Now, can we make it all the way there with just this? That's my next question. Watch it decimate a ZOMG. It's our first one on 80, and it just pretty much goes away. Yeah, that makes me happy. That's pretty cool. And what's good about doing something like this on a map like this is that you don't have to use your ability right away. If it makes it too far, it goes all the way around here, and then it goes around there, and then it goes through your tree. Then you can be like, oh, wow, I need to step in. And that's when things are going to get a little crazy. I am going to refresh my tree, but apparently I didn't need to. But see, now it's getting a little too far. It's going into our tree, so I'm just not even going to mess with that. Let's just take it out. Now, one thing I don't know is that if it's better to upgrade these guys. Like if I use Ninja Discipline, are they going to be stronger? That I don't know, because I know that works with like Super Monkey Fan Club, which we're not going to be using today. Sorry guys, if that was what you're looking for. It's better to have like the long range so you can get longer range, and then same with the Pierce, it makes it better. So I don't know if these are that case, and if so, then I'm not using it to its best ability, which is kind of a bummer. But it's cool, like once you press the button, everything's gone. I think that's so awesome. You just wait for it to come back and then do it again, and then everything's gone. So it's not terrible. I just don't know what to do in the meantime because I'm like worried about it. So I think a good thing to do here would be, again, just the glue to make sure that we don't have to worry about it. What I'm kind of nervous about is DDTs. If I don't have, yeah, see, that's what I don't like. So the tree will take them, all 3, which is cool on 90. But what I'm worried about is if the ability runs out, you're just kind of done for. Now we still have $35,000, so I'm not too concerned about it, but you are going to have something like a perma spike back here just to be on the safe side, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Another thing I was thinking too is like, oh my gosh, I'm not even paying attention. What if we go with something like an Energizer? Because then if you bought this, it would make your cooldown 20% faster, meaning that we'd have our ability, like, let's see how long this takes. So it stops right about here, and it would get it to like there instead, which wouldn't be the worst. We could get it back pretty quickly. But on the same token, like, again, why play games? Just buy this all the way up, put it on close, buy even faster production. Don't forget to use your ability to take out those ZOMGs, because if it's there, it will destroy everything. You just have to time it right. See, because now I don't have it. See, exactly my point. Now, if we didn't have these spikes back there, guess who just lost? We did, but we have spikes, so I don't really even care. Oh my goodness, that's not good. So I'm gonna use it again here. I just find this crazy. So any normal balloon round, this is a cool like experiment. Any normal balloon round, this thing is amazing because it'll just have enough time to regenerate because they all move so slow. It's the only thing we have to worry about is DDTs. I'm very curious about the bad, and I think it's gonna be quite easy, but this is the one I was a little worried about. So we'll refresh our tree just to be safe. We'll wait for him to start coming out, and then luckily the recursive's like doing all the work. But when is the best time to use it? I think when they come back around, like right here. Now all of them will be destroyed. Hopefully we timed it good enough to where we can attack all of them. Oh, we could. Oh my gosh, we even had enough time. So I'm just gonna keep using it. Just every time I have it, I'm gonna use it. I think we'll be okay. So then technically a cheaper version of the Bloontonium reactor that makes our ability faster is let's slow all the balloons down, and then we don't have to worry about nothing, right? We are struggling against these ZOMGs though. That's not cool. What I find super crazy about this though is, okay, so we're gonna use the ability, right? Of course. Is that once this guy's done using his cool little ability, all we have really is a ninja and a bomb, and we've made it this far. I think that's so crazy, but I am going to slow this down just so this guy doesn't completely blow out all of his spikes. We'll be fine. That's more than enough that it could handle. Otherwise, why would you pay that much money? We reuse our ability. Hopefully 99, we can take them out before they come through here, but again, doesn't matter. The DTs can just stop on the spikes. So yeah, spikes are way better than going with that Bloontonium reactor thing for sure. So we just got to make sure that we're in range of this thing before we start using it. So how about now? No way. Like, we're going to beat it for sure, but this is not what I was wanting. I wanted it a lot faster than that. So we're going to go for it again. Oh, wow. Can we get a couple more in there before we lose there? Oh, come on. Okay, then we slow it down. I think we can take everything out. I'm pretty sure. Oh my gosh, imagine making it to round 100. I like that I have money and I just don't even want to use it. What a genius. Okay, that's enough though. We can do it. Yeah, we had so many spikes built up. And $23,000 of us sitting there. We should have just gotten a first strike and that wouldn't even have been a problem. So remember, first strike, guys. All right, now we got one of my favorite maps in the entire game, Cubism. This thing, oh my gosh, so much love for this map. It's the first time I did my 60-second strategy was on this map, I believe, and that went crazy. I love all the straight lines. I love that you can virtually do any strategy on this map. I love there's not one bend. They're all like straight hard lines, which is awesome. And what I'm going to show you is we're not even going to use a hero. Normally I would just play Sada down and she would carry to like what, round 100, but we're going to not even do that. And I think it's going to be awesome. So we're going to put this guy here and we're going to put a sub right here, right there at the end. So it can kind of get the end of the track if it needs to, but you're going to love this. And what's really awesome about this map is the fact that like the dark can do a lot of it on its own. Like even though there's greens and stuff, like it doesn't really even matter. This map's so easy. And then once we get 540, like things just get even easier. We don't even need a hero. That's what's so cool about it. I mean, you don't need a hero in a lot of these maps, but it's just fun to have them and it makes everything easier. But now we got our advanced intel, right? So now everything's in attack from up here, which is even cooler. And with our airburst darts, our 202 that you know so well, we're gonna actually get camo so we can see the camo. And then I don't like waiting forever, you know? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up here and get another camo. Now, the only downside of this is we don't have anything to pop lead for now. So what I'm going to do is actually, is that good enough? We could do this. This isn't the worst thing in the world. Let's do this one. And let's actually upgrade the middle path first so he actually keeps acidic dipshire on him. Acidic dip on him more. You'll see like it just misses a lot, but then this map's so long by the time it gets there because I'm just trying to save on money and I want things to go fast. That's why we're just going to put kind of towers everywhere. So eventually we'll put one here too. But I've noticed the more places the sub has to hit, like the more problems he has hitting him. It's kind of crazy. But we're just going to upgrade all the way to armor piercing darts. And then we got our alchemist up to a 420 as well, as long as a, what is it, a 204. Then we're just going to grab this one up to jungle drums. And we'll put another one here just for safety, you know, just in case it makes it that far. But honestly, we're just going to ride this one all the way out until, yeah, probably 63. I just want to see where we're going to be, but we're going to be at enough for sub commander. We have to be. And just like that. But the problem is around 59, to be completely honest with you. Like we have the sub commander, which is cool, but 59 is always bad just because the alchemist is so bad. Like he's just so bad. You know what I mean? But what's cool about the sub commander is once you get him, now you can have your buddies. But look, this is the bad part. It's just like, come on, dude, do your job. It's so awful. So what we're going to do is we're going to get camo and then we're going to get Monkey Intelligence Bureau. It's kind of a waste spending $10,000 on a tower that doesn't need it, but it does need it for the DDTs. Otherwise you lose. So I'd like to have it before 63 so I don't have to like lose to that first little rush of leads. And now we got a super awesome thing here. Now, honestly, all you have to do is just keep placing these guys down. Place like 4 or 5 of them and it buffs up their speed. You see the little anchor above his head. Now you got this like ultimate strategy. All right, so I saved up $60,000 almost. I didn't even buy his friends yet because I was like, who cares? But I'm going to now, just getting a little overwhelmed with those ceramics. And then we're just going to put them in range of the village. And I'm just going to get, I think, 4 of them. How about 5? Let's do 5. I like getting 5. Usually how I judge it is how many I can fit in front of the MIB. So yeah, 5 of his buddies. And then I think this will carry most of the way because it is, again, Cubism, one of the easiest maps. And look how fast it shreds ZOMGs. And normally I don't use glue gunners and slow down towers and shattering shells. I usually kind of stay away from that stuff. Yes, it makes your game so much easier, but I just like to power. My favorite strategies are power strategies like that Avatar of Wrath one I showed you. I think they're so good. And I got one even stronger for you that I'm going to show you here in a second on the next map or on Into the Road. But this is just super powerful too. And if I could, I would just get up to a permanent brew and then they'd all be super strong and I wouldn't have to buy anything else. Now I want to see what we do against 95 in these DDTs. But it should be pretty good. We're shooting straight down a line here. It just, when I put all these different spots of attacking, it's kind of gets a little wonky because what happens is your subs start going all over the place, just like they're doing now. And that's when you get into trouble. And we don't have an ability with our hero. So you're just kind of spreading yourself thin, I guess you'd say. And that's where things get crazy. And that's where we're gonna 100% lose on 98. So we got to think of something to do here. Normally on like an advanced or intermediate map, you're not going to have enough for permabrew. By now, you'd have already had to buy like glue gunners, ice towers, or snipers or something. But in this case, I mean, should we just have fun with it and get this one? Will it be enough though? Watch it not be enough. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I think that's fun. Makes the game more interesting. And then what we'll do, since we have that ability now, we'll just put all of his buddies around him. They may not be in front of the village, but what they will have for sure is a permabrew and a speed buff. So they don't need the MIB technically. Here's the scary round 98. But this is kind of crazy. I can't believe we're using a permabrew. That's so goofy, but I mean, whatever works, right? And I think we have, what, 7 friends now? Let's go for 8 if we can. Oh my gosh, we're doing it. Like super easy. Oh my gosh, this is the way to go. Permabrew everything. I have $279 left. That's the less amount we've had, but this is so cool. Look at that go. I love it. Before the first bend. Only 4 more left. which is perfect because we're on 4 circles, and I'm going to use Striker Jones. I never use this hero. If there was a hero that I liked less than Adora, it would be Striker Jones, except for one thing he's good at. And I'm going to exploit that today. So I want my dart monkeys out of the way in this one. So I'm just going to put them in kind of random spots. But I think this is enough. 3 corners, 4 circles, and that should cover everything, I think. Yeah, it should be fine. My first rant on why I'm not a striker fan is that once you get him, like, he's cool, but he's not even that good. As far as, like, he doesn't help you progress that much, in my opinion. But we're going to get him, and we're going to put him on first for now. I guess normally I'd be on strong for leads and stuff, but basically, there's a strat called the Mauler strat or the bomb strat, whatever you want to call it, because what he does, his only claim to fame is making mortars and bombs stronger, right? And so that's what we're going to be using him for. But since this map is pretty simple, this will get us away with a lot of our problems, just having this little recursive, but or not even recursive, just a cluster bomb at this point. But as you can see, it's doing really well. Now, the problem I'm having is our camo. Neither of these guys can pop camo. Nothing can at this point. So do I want to just kind of like buy some dart monkeys and hope they make it through? Which I think that's going to be my choice here because we do have enough time to attack. So maybe, yeah, let's just do this. Let's get a crossbow and then some very quick shots. And that'll kind of cover it for a while. I think it'll even get through the 30s as well until I get through to a village. And just like that, nothing can stop us now besides camo because this guy's so good. And he has a little striker thing above his head. I don't exactly remember what each of them do. Okay, 10% faster. Black Bloons resistant, less to explosive damage from the monkeys, which is nice. Because I think the bottom path bombs completely just can't pop him at all. Oh, any tower near him gets 5% range and 25% pierce. That's really good. 10% faster at 18. I mean, sure, he does stuff to bombs. Okay, that's what we're going to keep him at. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a village right smack in the middle. I hope this is a good spot for it, to be completely honest with you. So like right there. Okay. And then we're going to get all the way up to, well, can we handle the camo on this round? I think we can, right? If not, I'm going to buy camo, but I don't think we should have to. It looks like, oh yeah, we're totally fine. That's awesome. And that was the last camo we have to worry about till 42. So I'm going to get all the way up to jungle drums, primary training. And now the recursive should take out the Moab on its own, but if it can't, what we can do is just kind of stall it and let it do some even more damage. And then I am just going to get camo for now because I don't want to mess around with this. I don't want to have any problems. And look at it just destroy. That's crazy. And then we're going to be getting primary mentoring, so everything else can cost cheaper since they will be primaries. We're going to be focusing all on bombs. Now, all we're going to do is put bombs in range of the village. That's all we're going to do. It's like that simple. All right, now I think this is a good enough starting base. Now, all we're going to do is we're going to get the first 3 to Moab Maulers and put them on strong. And see, the first upgrade's free because of that guy. So now we have this like killer team over here. And then we can might as well just get extra range too because it's free. I'm not going to upgrade any more. I'm going to make these 2 though as well up to strong on there. Now, recursive clusters are like our strongest thing. So I'm going to put a couple back here just for cleanup, just like that. And I actually want to add another one back here too. I think recursives are going to be better than our maulers at this point. So these first 4, I believe, are on strong. Yeah, and then the rest are on first. And then I have 3 recursive clusters. So I have a total of 9 maulers and 3 clusters. Then I have other bombs too I can place. And I think we'll just kind of set them there if we need to. But for now, like, we're more than fine. And I'm just going to ride this one out, see how far it'll go. Okay, it's getting a little overwhelming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a couple more recursives. We have a lot of money. I was just seeing how far we could make it. And basically these ones are just going to be like our back cleanup. How many do we have? Oh my goodness. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 recursive clusters. And I'm going to get the rest of these to be these ones. Oh my goodness, this is insane. So just for keeping score, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 maulers. And it looks like 8 recursives, and then I'm able to put some more there if we need it, but it looks like we don't need it. This is crazy. But I do have to buy one of these at one point or another, so I might as well just buy it now because we do need to take out that bad. I'm not going to use it at first. I want to see if we can take it out naturally, but I'm thinking we're going to need it. Plus, we have Striker's awesome ability, which will let us use it again. So we get 2 right in a row, which is really nice. So I told you I really like power strategies, and I do, but this is the kind of one that I stay away from because, yeah, you can just keep placing them down and just win kind of the easy way, I guess you'd say, but it's just kind of ugly, and there's so much going on. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it does, in fact, work. So if you need to use something like this, plus you got Striker's ability, which allows you to, like, stall any Bloons if it's about to lose. I'm thinking we can get through this naturally, but see, this is where I'm saying it's like, it's kind of messy. You're like, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? And I'm pretty sure you will because this is only the first half of the map and we're already making it. So we have a whole nother half. But just to reiterate again, I'm keeping a lot of money on these so you guys can play around, make your own strategies, and also use it on harder maps. So you wouldn't have this much money on a harder map like Off the Coast. I have made the strategy work on Off the Coast, but I didn't have 48 grand lying around on 98, I don't think. So with this, I don't know exactly what we're gonna do. I'm wondering if I should like buy a recursive bomb blitz or something, if that's like a smart play here, or just buy a few more recursive since we have them there, or just don't do anything because it really doesn't matter. It's not even making it past our defense. Dude, I'm gonna stick with that idea. Oh my goodness. So if it goes here, then I'm scared, but I don't think it has yet, so we're good. Okay, 99, what are we gonna do about this one? Okay, we're good, we're good. Take him out, take him out. Little scary, but we have our ability if we need it. Okay, okay, we got it, we got it. Oh my gosh, one yellow. All right, I kept this one super simple. I had to redo it all, of course, but I added a glue gunner, our guy on strong, relentless glue, and then I did 10 recursives on the bottom. I'll turn it off so you can see it and count them. There's 10 recursives on the bottom here, and then 12 maulers up on top with only the 4 on strong again. Or I put none of them on strong, apparently. Okay, none of them are on strong. They're all on first. Just go with first. Okay. But that was super easy just because of the glue. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I don't even think I need to use an ability, but if we need to, we can try it. But like we're so, yeah, dude, we're so strong. It was just the glue. The glue is so broken if you think about it. Like the fact that it can add just so much more value to our team that we still have $43,000. And I want to blow this thing up anyway, because I can. I'm going to blow it up again because I can. I'm going to stall it because I can. And we just destroyed that thing. Oh my gosh, we learned a lesson. Don't let your head get big. Now this next one, Hedge, I would say it's probably even harder than Alpine Run. Probably the hardest beginner map on Chimps mode, or just beginner map in general. So we are going to be using Sada just because she's really good for things like this. And you don't want to be stressing out, right? You're on beginner mode. You want to be having a good time. So honestly, you could just place Sada right here and she'll carry you for a long while. Now Sada can handle lead with her ability, and Sada can handle camo with ease, right? She can destroy everything, but she does struggle with lead. You can use her ability, but sometimes, especially on this map, it might not be long enough, so you might get wrecked on. So we're gonna use a weird tower that we haven't really been using, and we'll place it just right here. I think it's a fun spot for it. Now, the thing is that I haven't fully upgraded this, as you guys know, so I'm not gonna upgrade this one right now because all I want is the biggest one, and we have 22,000 experience and we'll need 29,000. But this map can be somewhat difficult because you can't snipe everywhere you need to. It's blocked off. Most towers can't see through the hedges, so you just get kind of destroyed. And as for a beginner map, it's kind of crazy if you think about it, that you have so many restrictions. So towers like this can kind of see through walls if you go with the top path, I believe. Or you'll have to use towers like Alchemists that just don't care about walls. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that option. We're gonna use towers that don't care about walls. We're gonna get the biggest one and just throw it right here in the center, and everything right here will be destroyed. It is a perfect tower for this map. And just in case you do miss one, because it is slow, you do have Sada, which is nice, and that's why I just love this hero. I could talk about her all day, but that's all we're doing here. Now, most maps, I don't know if you could actually get this far and get all the way to the big one before the Moab. But look, we already have enough experience. That's awesome. We're probably gonna get all 5th tiers during this run. That's so cool. But that's why you got to use towers that are specific for each map and just that kind of work with it. So for instance, look where it's dropping at. It's like here and it's like a random range. So I'm going to put it right here next to Sada, and then it should just kind of just destroy everything in that area. As you can see, that it's just disintegrating the leads there. And then I do want to give it some camo and some little bit of speed there as well. But what I'm really worried about is the Moab. Can we take it down? We have a 4th tier already that costs us a lot of money. It should. And worst case scenario, we have Sada to break open the inside, so it's really not that big of a deal. Or vice versa. We could actually take it down with Sada and then clean up what's underneath. That might be our next, oh, that might be actually a good choice. But I don't think we'll need to, honestly. I think we'll just keep popping it like, oh, that was super easy. And then use Sada, easy cleanup, easy stuff. And then we'll grab a camo, and then we have our jungle drums. Now we don't want to keep having issues with the Moab, and we're not gonna have 38,880 for a while. So we do need something to help us take down those Moabs, which in this case would be this one because it's so amazing for it. Just drop it down. Alchemist him up a little bit. I'm wondering how 63 will go, and that's what I was a little afraid of. Okay, that's not good. So what we'll do before we get that one, no, I need this one before the stupid tack. I was gonna upgrade the tack, but I'm like, no, we need it though. We need this one to get up there sooner. It's better. So we'll just micro it around a little bit. Not a big deal. Yeah, look, it wasn't that bad at all. Well, on round 70, we got it, the biggest one. And now look at this range though. It's kind of redonkulous. So we're gonna move it back quite a bit, I believe. So how about like right here? A little too much, right? So maybe like right there. I feel like that gets everywhere it needs to get. That is so cool. So I've done a couple things here. You can't really tell because we're being overran by the onslaught of Moab class balloons, but I have this guy up to attack zone. I did get an Embrittle, and then I got this to an MIB so he can actually take out the DDTs that we're about to hit right now, because he needs to take them out completely and then he needs to clean up the mess. That's basically how this is going to go. If he misses one, then we're kind of done for. So look at us go. I mean, this is a great combo. I love the synergy. But now, again, we should slow some things down. I'm worried about the bad if I get like something like a frozen. But you know what we've never done? We keep buying this tower, but we've never gone to actual stickier glue. Why don't we just use that one? It's really cool. It freezes them in their tracks. As you can see, like they're just stuck there, leaving this guy to destroy everything, leaving this guy to clean up the mess. This is like as best you're going to get. Here's 98. Are we going to beat it? Yes, we will. I'm a little worried about 99. But to be completely honest, what I'm actually worried about is 100. So I'm going to put this here like this. I'm going to put this here like this. We have a lot of money. I don't think I'm going to need these. But what I'm doing is I'm getting them just in case we don't do enough damage by the time it gets there. And then we're just going to double blast it, because I don't think this guy really does anything. Yeah, look at it. It barely does a couple hundred damage, if that. So it's all up to the tack right now, which it's doing great with Embrittle. Yeah, actually, I'm not going to use my abilities. We don't need them. I love it. Okay, cool. But what you can do is I'll show you. Just double tap it right when it's in range, and it just completely opens that thing up and allows you to clean it up. Very awesome. And if you time it with the Alchemist having its Alchemist juice on it, you're good to go. Use them more for the end. We'll actually use that again if we can, just to show you. But let's hop back into Oban, because I'm going to show you another one of my favorite and the strongest strategies in this game on End of the Road. One of my favorite maps. I think goes without saying, I really like beginner maps. They're just fun. You get to experiment. You get to actually play the game without like getting too crazy with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this guy. I mean, this is like the worst spot, but you'll see why I love it. But for the simplicity of this strategy, I'm going to place it here. You're going to laugh. You're going to be like, why are you placing it there? But you'll see. And then we'll just throw a dart back here to help clean up. That should be enough. Now, because of the strat we're going to be using, Oban just has to be in range of this ninja, but not like super crazy in range, because we need other things to be there. So honestly, we could just put Oban right here for now, and I think that should be fine. Yeah, that's a good spot for Oban. Who cares, honestly? And then this one just starts off pretty much the same as what we've been doing this whole time. You're just going to buff up your ninja. You're going to put an alchemist right on top of him. But here's where it gets different. Once you get your alchemist and this guy's buffed up, you're going to place another ninja down next to him. And you're just going to upgrade to a third tier. And what is that above his head? It says ×1. What's above his head? ×1. Every time we place a little ninja here, it's going to make this Bloon Jitsu go ×1 as long as it's in range. Fast forward, we have a total of 7 here now. And now he's ×7 speed faster, making this Bloon Jitsu just awesome and pretty much can solo rounds like 63. But we want 10 for now. You can get up to 20, but for now we just need 10. And there's our 10th one. That is so fun. Okay. Now we have to get $37,800, right? And once we do, we get the Grandmaster Ninja, who's just a total absolute beast. But he's only a beast because he has all of his 20 buddies. So we have to somehow find a way to fit 20 of these guys in here, which is going to be a little bit of a chore on its own, but we'll make it happen. So we do want a village in range too, so we can get MIB eventually. Now, it's best to have all of them in there if we can, but not always does it work, and I don't want to waste placing a village. It depends on the map, and 99% of the time, I will always recommend that you do this in sandbox first and place all of your towers where you're going to need to put them, so we don't run into this problem like, oh my gosh, will it fit, or anything like that. So in this case, just to make sure we get it in there, we're going to just go right there, and we're going to go bigger radius jungle drums. Now, we know that we're covered as far as a village later on, because we will have to get MIB. And now basically, we're just going to wait. We're going to wait until we have $37,800. Now, it really just depends on the map that you're doing it on. If you go for 10, if you go for 5, if you go for 0 of those shinobis first. Sometimes you actually place 2 Bloon Jitsus and then start placing shinobis. It really just depends on what you're doing. I just like going for 10 as a general rule of thumb, but if it's like a super easier map, or let's say you have a recursive instead, you might not want to have as many because you're just trying to get to 37,000. And if you get too far, you're going to be chasing, because I think 75 might cause us problems. So luckily, we're going to have 37,800 before that last one. And I am going to throw down an Oban tree. I guess like, no, I don't know. We have enough. Let's just grab it. I don't want to screw around with this. That's why I go for 10, is because then I can get it before 75 ends and we don't get wrecked on. But if you bought like a glue gunner or another village or another bottom path for these guys, then you're gonna have problems. And the reason why we need a bottom path is because you need the range sometimes, because not all of them always fit, even though it looks like they do. So now all we have to do is just fit 10 more little guys in there, but you always wanna check after. Let me know if you've never used this strategy before, because I'm teaching it like a tutorial, but this wasn't supposed to be a tutorial. I just want to show you something fun. And then I'm like, just natural instinct is to tell you how to do it and why to do it. But I'm sure most of you have already seen this. So you're probably like, dude, shut up. But I always just like to check too, just to make sure I don't mess anything up. So there's 15. How am I going to fit 5 more? That's crazy. Will these ones fit? So this might fit, but it doesn't. But if I get range, it does. Okay. How about this one? You end up just wasting money, I swear. 70. Okay. Not bad. So this will fit for sure then. 18, 19, 20. Okay, awesome. Now on normal speed, look how fast this thing just destroys everything, but it gets even more fun. We're gonna actually get up to radar scanner. We don't need camo, obviously, because these guys are destroying everything, but we need the MIB so we can actually pop through DDTs. And now I'm just gonna actually upgrade every single person to Caltrops. So if I didn't before, I'm going to now, because once you get all of them on the screen, it just gets really out of hand. And a lot of them are MIBs, so they can just pop DTs on their own. You just get this mess on the screen, mess on the ground. You know, every single one of them should be. All 20 have it. That is so cool. So now I think we're done. I don't think you have to buy anything else, at least on this map. On other ones you do. I made it work on Pat's Pond once, not too long ago, and I had to do some like crazy stuff with some ice towers to make sure we had enough room. But in this case, I think we're good. I don't even think the DDTs will make it past this little corner, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, no, that is, oh, jeez. All right, what about 98? Is that just gonna get wrecked on too? Without shattering shells, without glue, without anything, without a tree, without nothing. And then we still have the back way if it does make it far, but look it, we could have done this on a single lane track. It didn't even come back to us. 99? Nope, doesn't even. Now, can we take this one? Luckily, it is gonna go all the way back down and come back around if we were to mess it up. And in that time we can first strike, because again, I like to leave as much money as possible so you guys don't have any problems. But we should pop it before it even gets there. Okay, just to be safe, we're gonna have this first strike ready. Right now, it would be a single shot destroyed because its tail is open. We did a lot of damage to it, but we're not gonna use it for that, and we don't even need to. Oh my goodness, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. That was insane. I love this strategy. So if you've been with me this far through this long journey that I did not expect to take this long, it has taken me over 4 hours to film. We are on our last page, our last map, which I believe is our 23rd Black Metal Chimps run on Bloons TD6. We are going to finish it off with Rosalia because we're going big. We are going hard. We are going with the coolest, most funnest thing to do in this game. Get really expensive towers because you can. So one Dart Monkey just handled round 6 in this little spot here. I don't think that's going to keep up the case till we get Rosalia, but I'm just trying to spend virtually no money. So I'm going to do just one more here and hope that's enough because I want Rosalia right away. Because we are going on our best offense here, or best defense, I guess, right? Because we're not going to, no, offense too, because we're not going to be spending any money. We can't, we just can't. And there she is already. Where do I want to have her? Just like right here maybe? And then do I put her on strong or just first at this point? I don't actually know, but I don't think it'll matter. But what's really cool about Rosalia is that her ability is really strong. So if you feel like you're going to lose, you can do that. Plus she has bombs, so you don't have to do anything else. And once we get to level 5, everybody's cheaper as far as planes and helicopters. So we're going to use that to our advantage and destroy this game. But we need to get there really, really cheap in the meantime. So I'm thinking a boomer is probably our best bet, just because I don't know if you've seen the boomer, but he can just do some crazy things for little amounts of money. But the problem is we need a village and a helicopter to all fit in range of what we're doing here. So I'm wondering if I can fit a plane there with a boomer and a village. I think I can. So I'm going to put my boomer right here and get it up to a glide ricochet with long range red hot. I think that's the best way to do this. Now we don't have camo, so I think for just a cheap camo option right now is we'll just drop the long range darts enhance eyesight just for that first one. We'll grab a village right here. So now we have a jungle drums with a radar scanner, and then we have our boomer. I'm just trying to make sure I get the best placements here because they all have to be in range of her. So she gets this one now that she's level 5, or now she's level 6. So we can go all the way up to here. Yes. Now we got our Never Miss, which is terrible against Moabs, but it's good enough for now because it's such a long map. And with a simple upgrade to the glaive, more glaives, we can now get a Spectre. And that should be able to carry us for a while until we get the Glaive Lord. And I know we've used this one a few times, but there's a reason why. We are getting the Flying Fortress. I love to go big in chimps. I've gotten the Sun Avatar, Temple, which would be the 4th tier top path, which is crazy because $108,000. I've seen people get super mines in chimps. We're going to get the Flying Fortress super, super easy without even having to struggle too much. Now I'm going to move my Rosalina up here so she can do some more stuff. Put her on strong sword. Bombs can do more things too. We'll use her abilities if we have to, but this is such a long map. This map is infamous because it's been used for tons of 2 towers chimps, tons of 2 mega pops. It's just such a long map and it's so easy. And we have so many different spots to hit balloons that it's just become like the place to try out crazy things. And that's why we're doing this here. Cause like, look at this little dart monkey. He can hit them when they come around this one time. He'll hit them here. He'll hit them when they come back here, and then he'll hit them again. So that's 4 right there. And if I upgraded a crossbow and sharpshooter, it'd be here too and over there. So we'd have like 6, 7 spots. It's insane. But now we're just going to super speed through this and hope that we can get to 87,000 before like round 100 and without having it be super crazy, which we can because with the addition of Rosalina is from Mario, right? With Rosalia, it just makes everything so good. It's so crazy how that works too, because she's 5% cheaper, and doesn't seem like a lot, but it applies to, oh my gosh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Do I not have enough here? That's why you just don't want to go too fast sometimes. What the heck just happened? Use our abilities there just to make sure. That was scary. Okay, we've seen $7,000 here, guys. Let's do it. Now, we could have actually gotten this a lot cheaper on this map, too, because we didn't need to buy Glaive Lord. I just wanted it to be easy for you guys if you wanted to try this at home. You didn't have to, like, sit there and stress with abilities and stuff. We only had to use them that one time, and there's Flying Fortress on 97. Are you kidding me? Let's actually watch this one in regular time because I want to see it go boom. And I just think it's crazy that even with that super speed, it still took me 4 hours. I did not think that beating all these chimps map would take that long, but it did. But it was totally worth it because look at us go. And we can even get MIB to make this guy stronger against the DDTs that come out. And that's it. But just for good measure, I want to see how far this Flying Fortress can go in chimps mode. This might be the end for us because we have the fortified bad on round 140, but we've been able to add an ice, a glue, shattering shells, a top path sniper, and embrittlement. Can we beat this though? We still have $20,000, so I mean, even with this first strike, we could have done it, but I want to take it out naturally, you know, like just without I say without abilities, we're using it right here. But what a fun way to finish this, and it looks like we're going to keep going. Are you kidding me? We're going to keep going? There's no way, right? Like, there's no way we can salvage this. We're done. We're done. Can I move this over there and, like, get it to do that? Oh, no. Okay. What a fun way to finish this, though. Round 140 on chimps mode because we had Flying Fortress thanks to Rosalia. That is every single beginner map on chimps. I'm just triple checking here to make sure I don't mess it up. But I really enjoyed that. I hope you guys did too. Stay tuned because I believe if I can actually accomplish it, we're going to be doing every single intermediate map on chimps mode, which is definitely possible. But if you just can't wait until then, check out this playlist where we attempt to black border every single map in Bloons TD6 as fast as we possibly can. That's every single game mode as quick as possible.